You think so?
Yeah, why are we starting the show with this?
Because it just happened. It's just top of mind.
There's so much going on.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I would think we're on the same page with that. You think you solved that problem?
Yeah.
Because I mean, it was a little like, really, 750 is when you have to put the big yellow tape across the bathroom?
And Troy's aggressive nature kind of took care of that.
You think that's what happened?
I'm very nice to the cleaning lady.
Because sometimes you think you're being nice, but you're not. And we have to tell you, like, that came off threatening, just so you know.
I say hi
when you
to her
say
every
things
day.
like, do you really have to do this right now?
Right, because you think you're going like, oh, is this something like they're, like, it's almost like you think you're doing it empathetically and sympathetically, but in reality, it comes across threatening. I've seen you talk to people around here where you're like, oh, is that what you think? And it's like, whoa.
But I'm always saying hi to her. I'm always kind to her.
But you're an intimidating guy.
And there's a power dynamic.
No, there's not.
I don't know how much.
I'm very sweet to the cleaning ladies. All of them. I say hi to all of them.
And the men.
I say hi to all the men, yes.
Men, women, you don't give a fuck. You'll say hi to all of them.
I try to be friendly to the staff around here.
No, but I think and you should. I think we all should, right?
Yeah, they're all great.
They're all great and they work very hard.
But sometimes you forget that you speak sternly at times and you have a big braided beard.
Okay.
And, you dress like, you wear like baggier clothes too, so it makes you look even bigger. Not like fat big, but like bigger, like intimidating big. Like you're a big, substantial human being.
What's the problem?
And they're just going like, oh, all right, I'll clean the bathroom whenever you want, sir. And it's like, that's not...
Like, hey, don't you know that I come in here now?
Hey, do you have to do this now? Because this is when I like to pee. No, I don't have to. No, you're right.
No, we just go on the air at 8 o'clock, and why are you cleaning it at like...
Did you tell her you have to go on the air?
She doesn't know what you're doing.
You don't have to. Don't tell her you have to go on the air. Because that's going to come back...
some buffoon that's here early.
That's going to come back to me. Oh, one of Sam's guys is like saying, oh, no. We have a show.
Hey,
we need to make sure the bathrooms are wide open. This is like when Howard used to shut down the hallways and everybody started talking. You remember everybody started yapping.
Is that what you're trying to do?
No, shutting down the hallways is different than having to go to the bathroom before you go on the air.
Do you need me to get a Club Soda Kenny here to walk you to the bathroom? Just to make sure everything's okay?
Can I be honest? I wouldn't mind walking to the bathroom with Club Soda Kenny.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen him.
I love Club Soda.
I miss him.
Me too. I mean, he's in town, right?
No, I know.
I saw him on the street the other day.
Did you?
Was that just totally random?
Totally random.
By the way, I love the idea of seeing Club Soda Kenny on the street because it does strike me as like a 1980s New York City Times Square movie when his head is just towering over the sea of people. Like, you get that down the block. You're like, yep, I know who that is.
I saw him and I just had my arms open and I just embraced him like, come here, buddy.
That's so nice.
I love Club Soda.
That would have made my day.
It made my day.
That's great.
Mr. Quad, how are you?
I love Kenny. And I said, please stop by. We love you. We want to see you.
Yeah. He could stop by on his own.
That's what I said. I said, please swing by.
But also would like to talk to him, catch up with him, go to break. He walks us to the bathroom.
I would love that.
Yeah. I think that'd be great. But so did you talk to the cleaning lady and tell her like you're not allowed to clean?
No, I forget what I said.
Oh my gosh.
I said something like, I was like, can I go quick? We're about to go on the air. She's like, oh yeah, go ahead. And then she stopped cleaning at that time. Why is that a bad thing?
It's just because like, why would you say something? Why would you? There's so many other bathrooms to use. There's bathrooms all over this place. It's brimming with bathrooms in this place for you to.
There's no reason to clean the bathroom at that time.
She's doing it for you. She's a lady. She doesn't even use the men's room. She's cleaning it for you, and you're still like, hey, could you change your work schedule around my needs? And going like, I'm being polite.
Individual needs?
Yeah, my individual needs as an individual. Oh, I have to get on the air. It's like,
if she said to me, no, I have to clean it at this time, I'd be like, okay, no problem. I'll go downstairs.
But that's the position that you're putting her in. That's why it's hostile. For her to say, no, I have to do it now.
I mean, she doesn't have a regiment schedule
How
about
do you
when
know?
she's supposed to. Come on.
How do you know?
Because I see her walking
You
around
think
with the
you think she's calling her own shots? You see her walking around with the mop. I see her. She's walking around with the mop doing God knows what.
She's probably mopping the floor.
I mean, yeah, that's probably also on her schedule of things to do.
I'm sure that the janitorial staff isn't like, you have to clean the men's room on 36.
You don't
It's
call them that, right?
facilities.
It's facilities.
Whatever.
You wouldn't say the janitorial staff.
Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. You wouldn't say you have to clean it at 7:55 every single day. That's what you have to.
But they do probably want to get it clean before a lot of people come in.
Yeah.
So clean it at 8:01.
For you?
She doesn't know what you're doing.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that come to
What I'm
work.
doing, and now you're upset about it.
There's a lot of people that come to work at 8. She wants it done right before they get there.
Yeah, nobody wants the bathroom closed when they get in.
Right. And she would go like this, well, you don't understand. There's a big guy with a braided beard and tattoos on his neck that thinks he's being polite. That scared me.
I'm so sweet to that woman.
You are. She's super nice.
She's
great.
Because she's intimidated.
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
No, she's not.
I'm worried that she's being nice to all of us now.
Well, of course she is. You're the little guy that hangs out with Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
And you got to be nice to that guy. You're like,
Yeah,
oh.
because you don't know what I'm going to tell Jabba the Hutt.
That's the point. Like, I'm not going to fuck with the little weasel sitting next to Jabba the Hutt because
you don't have to say it like that. We all know who you're talking about.
because in the Star Wars movie.
Yeah, no.
Right. Because I don't know, because he's in Jabba's ear. I don't know what he's going to tell Jabba, and Jabba's a little unpredictable. Jabba will just open up the floor and make you fight that big giant thing with the teeth.
And that's what she's worried about.
Yeah, she doesn't want the floor to open, and all of a sudden, she's got a Rancor on her ass. And in this
All because
scenario,
she's cleaning the bathroom.
and then what'd she hear upstairs? Travis going,
That's not what I sound
no,
like.
I'm saying in the Star Wars thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because we know who Jabba is.
Right. Yeah.
It's Troy, and that's not the physical thing. Like, just the power structure.
I don't think I'm blubbery.
No. It's not the physical thing. It's not the physical
My core's looking real good.
It is?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you wear baggy clothes, too. That's what I was
see
saying.
it?
No.
Yeah, let me see.
Oh.
Let's see the core. Damn! That's a core. I thought there was a belly under there. There's not.
No.
It's a chest.
No. But you see how people could take that, like, would you say what you just did was, like, intimidating and alarming, or was it, like, just sort of casual and disarming?
I'm getting back in shape. I don't look like that.
No, you look great.
No, I didn't say
That's
you
me and
look,
Troy.
I didn't, yes. I didn't say you look like that.
Yeah, see, I'm sitting next to you.
See?
That looks like Travis.
It does,
Yeah.
see? And look at the two of them together. See Travis is the little guy sitting next to you?
We're on our way to the bathroom.
He's not actually a powerful guy, except
I get it now.
I have powerful friends.
Right.
I get it now.
He's like Elon, and you're Trump. You know what I mean? Where it's like if you're going around being like, oh, stop cleaning the bathroom, also send me an email with all your responsibilities.
Now that you say that's Travis, that makes sense.
That makes sense. That's the dynamic that she sees.
I don't know if we have to just focus on what I look like.
And like Troy's going, ho, ho, ho. No pressure, but can you change your cleaning schedule? See? Tell me that wasn't what it felt like. Now that I put it in that context, Travis, you were there. I wasn't there. I avoid it because, like, I don't want to be associated with this because I think you guys are abusing my good name around here.
No, it sounds fine.
Does that sound like the way it
That's
happened?
what happened, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you drag me into court. That's the story I'm telling.
Right. If I'm sitting there as the prosecuting attorney and I go, Mr. Teff did this or did this not happen this way, what are you saying?
Yes, it did.
Okay. All right. And Travis ain't a liar. He's a lot of things, but he's not a liar.
Anyway.
And I don't think Troy's the most self-aware. I've seen,
The situation, I think, has been fixed.
Yeah, she's
I
fine.
hope she's okay.
She's fine. She can clean another bathroom at that time.
You see? You see how, like, you're...
Like the women's room? So then I can't go?
Right. That's not Troy's problem. You're over there trying to hide your boots, and you can't get in there. Now Danielle doesn't know where to put her boots because of you. You know what I mean? That's selfish.
She's fine. Everybody's fine.
Everybody's
fine.
Okay, if you say so. Troy thinks if he's fine, everybody's fine.
Danielle's fine.
everyone's-
Did you go to the bathroom today before the show?
I did.
She
Okay,
can't.
so there's no problem.
But I will
You
say...
know she has troubles.
Oh, true. Every morning at 7:10, the same cleaning lady comes in, like clockwork.
do have a
I
schedule.
think they do have a
Of course they have a schedule.
But there's nobody. The boss isn't being like, you have to clean this toilet. at
Oh,
this
I didn't know
exact
you were the facilities management expert. You think the facilities just like they go like, here's your list of responsibilities for the day.
Do it whenever.
Make your own schedule.
time. I'm sure she gets in at a certain time.
Make
and
your
then-
own sketch.
And then they're like, okay, make sure these toilets get cleaned first. You don't have to clean it. There's no. I guarantee there's no schedule that's like you have to clean this toilet.
What if
at
they
this time.
said?
I mean, when I worked at Burger King, there was a schedule.
They didn't just say make the onion rings whenever.
No, I mean like cleaning the toilets.
Oh,
Well, that's different.
You know, you
It's
have
like
to go in.
every 30 minutes. You have to check or something. Yeah.
Sign it off, smoke a cigarette real quick.
sure. Act like you did anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, there should be some consideration on their part that this is a radio station, and radio people like to shit.
Oh, yeah.
And radio is, I mean, we do morning shows.
Yeah, okay.
Which, those shows go on the air when the rest of society is getting ready to go out and begin their commute. So the
So you're saying
bathroom...
our show is on the air when the average person is actually shitting?
Or on their way to an office to shit.
Okay.
So...
Because sometimes they save it for the office.
So at a place...
Well, the coffee kicks in.
So
I see.
Yeah, so at a place of business that begins a couple hours ahead of the rest of society,
Right.
then the cleaning schedule should be pushed back so that when radio people show up to do the deed, it's in a pristine bowl.
I thought the deed was what they did in the bathroom. I thought that's how they referred to it. I mean, I see, but also, like, it's not like all shows start at the same time. We happen to start when we start.
But there's sort of a window there where morning shows start, right? You figure from, like...
7 to 9?
Yeah. So that...
It's the whole morning.
So that bathroom...
She should come in at like 4 a.m.
That bathroom should be clean by 6.
Yeah, but okay. Okay, I'm gonna hit you back on something, all right? We know how people who do morning shows are, specifically people who have been in the dregs for a while.
Yeah.
And the way they will just, I mean, it's an abomination what they do. You know, they go into these bathrooms.
Poor diets.
I mean, they're very poor diets because they have poor sleep schedules, they have poor diets, they've given up on life, and they love anything that you put out for free.
I mean, even the most successful afternoon drive, Francesa house and ice cream on the air.
Exactly.
With soda. You know what that does to your bowels?
Well, you know, interestingly enough, after enough time, your body just regulates.
It adapts.
Yeah, it adapts.
Also, there's nothing wrong with taking complimentary snacks.
I mean, but that, you know,
As Troy eats his third chomp.
And I had a kind bar earlier.
He hasn't stopped eating. We've been on the air for 12 minutes.
but we're talking directly to him.
He's been eating the whole time.
So why are you monitoring what I'm eating?
Because I look over and I keep seeing you just open something new.
He thinks he's Brad Pitt in Ocean's 11.
And there is
Just
no
the cool-
physiological free lunch.
That's right. Just the cool guy who's always eating something.
Always eating something.
That's his whole vibe. Brad Pitt in Ocean's 11 meets Jabba the Hutt.
I mean, I get it. They're complimentary.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. You don't
And
do
they go
anything.
quick.
You
That's
got a
what.
stack over there, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, you should see. I mean, Travis had to bring, especially while you were. Travis was bringing extra bags from home. There's certain executives around here that'd be very upset with the amount that Travis was taking.
Complimentary.
Yeah, but you know that there are certain executives that look at that and say it's complimentary but limited.
Like who?
I'm not going to say.
Hey, you're bringing snacks for your family.
He is. He
It's
does do
complimentary. Doesn't matter if I eat them here or at home.
that. He does do that.
You want to talk about my snack, and we'll talk about yours.
Good for you, Troy. Good for you. It's like, okay, are you sure that's because, you know, bathroom, you might have me licked. But are you sure you want to go down
You
the
want to
snack
open
road?
up this can of
All
worms?
right.
You know what? Jabba and Salacious do not argue, so let's just keep it at that.
Smart, salacious crumb.
We're on the same side.
Travis does love going down another road. When we're going down one road, he loves going down another road to try to get more shots in. And sometimes he goes down the wrong road.
You brought up the snacks.
Who did?
You did.
I don't recall. But I think that, to Mike's point, and you're right, however, the fact that I would think from 6 to 8 is a strong time. Like, a lot of morning shows start early. They start like 6 a.m. So, like,
So then clean it by 5.
I would think you clean it by 5, but then you have to clean it again before the normal people get there. Because if normal people walk into a bathroom that was just taken over, executive people, and they love to save it for when they get to work.
That were cleaned 4 hours ago.
But not only was it cleaned 4 hours ago, but in that 4 hours time, morning radio people just lit off nukes everywhere. And then the people who run the company, walk in and go like, this is what our bathroom looks like. So I think what you're looking at is the post-nuke cleanup. And Troy is sitting there going, I haven't had a chance to drop my nukes yet.
I would say then that they should be given a copy of the start times of all of the morning shows.
Okay.
They clean in advance, and then once the last of those shows goes live, they go in again, and that's when they do their follow-up.
Okay.
I don't think it needs to be that complicated
I
when
don't
there's
think so
literally 3 bathrooms here.
I don't
It's
think
not
so
like they're
either.
closing the only bathroom.
And I feel like it's just daily maintenance.
Yeah, it's
Because
yeah.
people are just bombing that constantly.
Fat nukes drop daily.
Whew.
That was the original tagline for our show.
And then they changed it
They
to
changed it
knocking
to
out
knocking out topics. They didn't like the fat. They said, "What do you mean fat nukes?" I was like, "It's like slang for shitting." And they were like, "No, we don't want that." But also, this whole like excuse. There are so many bathrooms. She could go clean any one. I think Travis, your point earlier was he could use any of them as well.
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah.
And that's fine. And Travis and I were going to the downstairs bathroom.
We were adjusting.
We were adjusting for her. And
Oh my God! Let's throw a ticker tape parade.
Well, if
Mike,
she-
when is Times Square cleared out? Can we throw a parade for Troy and everything he's doing for, as he put it, the janitorial staff?
if she wants to clean the bathroom at that exact
She
time,
I'm gonna let you in on something. I'm gonna let you in on something. This is gonna blow your mind. There's never been a day where she's like, you know what I want to do? Clean the men's
okay,
bathroom.
well, if she's assigned to clean that bathroom at that exact time,
Also, but let me just stop you real quick. I'm pretty sure that they do have assigned times because
Of course they do.
because I've seen the other guy, the guy who's clearly in charge of facilities, knocking on the bathrooms, taking a look around, and then leaving. Like he's going around checking.
I gotta double
to
check.
make sure that the jobs have been done, and then he goes around and he makes sure that people aren't sleeping in their offices.
I just can't imagine looking at somebody, right? It's like, your job is just to work on a fun, silly radio show. And her job is to clean your waste. And you go, could you adapt your waste cleaning schedule to make room for my fun job?
I mean, she's not making room for the fun job. She's making room so I can
So you could
evacuate.
so you can get to your fun job in the bathroom that you want to.
More conveniently.
More convenient. I have the fun job, so can you make things more convenient for me while you clean my waste that I leave behind?
But you understand if she's like, no, I have to clean at this exact time.
But she can't say no.
I would say, well, yeah, yes, she could. She'd be like, the head guy is telling me I have to clean this bathroom at this exact time. And you know what I would say? No problem. I'll adapt. I'll use the bathroom downstairs.
You're not, then, I mean, going back to
Travis
Travis's
and I
point-
were peeing downstairs.
We were.
Did you say anything to her?
No.
Of course not, right?
Yeah.
Because you understand the power dynamic, correct?
Yeah.
There's no power dynamics. Stop with the power. I'm so tired of hearing about that.
Why? What do you think?
Because I'm so sweet to that woman.
You are
and-
sweet.
and I'm very kind, and I don't think I'm above her in any way. I think that's her job, and I respect her and her job.
You have entire conversations with the other one.
I talk to all of them.
Yeah, because he's trying to get sweet with them so that then he can adapt their schedules to be more convenient to him.
True.
Hey, I was thinking.
Yeah, and the smart ones are going, oh my God, this was a long play manipulation the entire time. Oh my
It's a
God.
long
I
con.
have the conversation with the guys that are stocking the food downstairs. Like
I know,
I
and
don't
then
get anything from them.
And that,
Yeah,
really, you don't.
No, we know your angle there.
Oh, you
And
don't
I
get anything
appreciate
from them. You don't sit there and go like, hey, I really like this snack. Maybe you put it out. I've watched you do it. I've watched you ask them to put snacks out for
Why
you.
is that a
appreciate
bad-
what you're doing.
why is
Because
that a
you
bad
said you
thing?
don't get anything out of it, and you do.
For asking, be like, oh, you had chomps out here all week, and now there's no more chomps.
This whole psychology. Hey, it never hurts to ask. They can always say no. Is the most toxic psychology.
No, it's not. Stop. No, it's not.
It's a toxic psychology.
No, it's not.
Yeah, but that guy likes us, and he likes you, and he specifically brings out the chomps when he knows that we're.
But it's
that
a
we're-
long play manipulation on Troy's.
not.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay. Like it would not, because it's the exact same thing as you going like, oh man, and after work, if you want to go for a drive, I just need some relief. You've been putting out the chomps and everything. I
There's
just
a
need.
difference between eating chomps and getting jerked off in a car.
I know that. Every groomer knows that. You start with level 1 so you can get to level 5.
And there's no reason if he's like, oh no, we don't have any. They're on back orders. And I go, oh okay, and you walk
And
away.
he said that before.
Yeah. You're acting like I'm doing something wrong. Like,
And then you sarcastically start saying things like, I mean, we got to get these chomps back. Ha ha ha. Am I right? And it's like, oh,
He's having a good time.
he's having a good time being
Yeah,
sarcastic.
he's playing around.
Except he means it.
Well, yeah, but that guy knows that that Troy knows he's not in charge.
What about the poor bathroom lady?
She has no idea. She's terrified.
Okay,
I'm not. She knows I'm not in charge.
she's terrified, isn't she? Yeah. She changed her whole bathroom schedule. Oh, bearded guy's pissed off. Oh my God.
There are conversations at home about it.
Yes.
Yeah, she's like, if I don't come home one day, look at this guy.
Yeah. She's like, oh, I had this whole schedule laid out, and then this bearded guy, like, it's so weird. He yells at me with a smile. I've never seen anything like it before. He yells at me, but he's smiling. as if he's being nice
I'm not yelling.
because they're smiling.
I'm
Yeah, he's not yelling.
But there's a tone.
No,
It's like Mike Francesa.
Okay.
He wasn't yelling.
Right. But I wouldn't want to work for him.
Oh, God, no. And I wouldn't want to have to clean the bathrooms when some of us need to go.
Can you imagine that? Be like, would you mind? Oh, no, I don't mind at all. And then she walks in and it's just been blasted to smithereens. Like,
On the walls.
yeah, you said it was fine, so.
Looks like a Disney ride.
Yeah. This is terrible.
I feel like the bathrooms aren't as bad as they were.
I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's one of the great things about so many people. A lot of the, I guess, based on my own experimentation and the evidence that's there, I think a lot of the people who are fighting to work from home and work remote are the most violent of the shitters.
I mean, there was somebody in the bathroom up here. If you remember, we do the night show. They'd literally build a nest out of toilet paper and then just diarrhea blast, so it was just on display on top of the water.
No, when we were coming in at night, there was clearly people that were doing it trying to build monuments to themselves. Like it was clearly on purpose. There was
I've
no
seen
way
things
this
I didn't
just
think were possible.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Porta John at a music festival.
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah, but one person.
Yes, because you're right. You'd look and you'd be like, "There's toilet paper under." Why would it be under? Why would the toilet paper be under the mess unless you put a foundational layer of toilet paper?
You have to put so much toilet paper that the poo doesn't sink.
Right. As if you're making a cake and you're like, time for the icing, and you sit down.
It's weird behavior.
It's weird. It is
strange,
because they wanted us to see.
They're proud.
They're proud, but that's who comes in here because nobody's checking in
So
on
you
them.
think a lot of work from home people,
Or maybe they let go.
maybe that was a condition. Maybe that was when they're ticking boxes. They're like, oh, Dennis Falcone, I know he does that. Let's get rid of him.
He might have at a point in his career
For sure.
been one of those guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, because there is something like, as fun as it is to work at nights, there's also something very antisocial about it.
Oh, yeah.
Your whole lifestyle has to change. Like, I was doing the show until like 12:30.
Or whenever you felt like
Whenever I felt like ending. I mean, it's the middle of the night. Who cares? But then, like, I get home, I chill out. I'm going to bed at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm waking up at like 12:30. Like, your whole viewpoint, everything is skewed. It's an antisocial way of existing.
Plus, when you're in here at that time, it feels like when you're locked in the mall and nobody's there.
That's
Like,
right.
It's a special secret thing. It's only your place.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And then and then you see what these people do, what they leave in the bathroom, and you want to just, I don't know if you've ever seen the film Chopping Mall.
I missed that one.
Oh, it's
but
so
I've heard
good.
of it,
It's so good.
Because of
Chopping
you.
Mall is when there are kids, they're locked in the mall
which is great.
after hours, but the mall has unleashed new robot security guards. And the robot security guards, they go into business for themselves and they just start murdering all the kids and chasing them down. And I did. I found myself wanting to bring in the Chopping Mall robots to take care of all the people that were here overnights with us. Because it was crazy what they would do.
55% on Rotten Tomatoes.
See, the legendary Barbara Crampton is in it. 55% is a little. I mean, it should probably have a little higher than that. You can get it on Philo.
And Rotten Tomatoes is very judgmental. They haven't been kind to the American Pie series either,
Are you serious? Not even the straight to DVDs?
and not even the original.
What'd they say about the original?
I think they gave it like a 62 or something like that.
They all,
at
I
least give it a 69. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Come on.
first of all, it's not they. It's all.
It's they.
It's
They're
all
doing
critics.
it. Yeah, right.
I remember seeing like Super Troopers has like 30% or something, and I'm like, these critics are idiots.
Yeah, these are generational classics.
Yeah. Let's see. American Pie, Rotten Tomatoes.
Now, it could have changed, obviously, since...
Do they change? Yeah,
No,
62%. Yeah.
That's right. Popcorn meter's only 61%? Those are the...
That's probably
active-
because people aren't coming back after the popcorn meter was introduced and like rating old films.
Just the people who are negative.
Yeah.
Right, people who got shit to say.
Like, I'm not going to Rotten Tomatoes and giving 5 stars to, Super Troopers.
Maybe you should.
I should, but I don't have that kind of time.
No.
Gotta create an account. There's so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have time to give stars to movies on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm too busy giving stars to movies on Letterboxd.
Yeah. Yeah, I already have Letterboxd.
I'm busy.
Yeah, come on.
I'm super busy.
Yeah, look,
wow,
Super
look at that. Super
36.
Troopers has 36%.
And then look at that popcorn meter.
Popcorn meter is 90%. Because there was never a time... Okay, Billy Madison is another good one. That you would think... 41%. It's
Get
a big
the fuck outta
splat.
here.
Who are the humorless cunts that are doing this?
I mean, it's crazy.
I mean, it's the funniest movie ever made.
And then, yeah, let's see if we get 79% popcorn meter, and even that's low.
That's really low. That should be 99%.
Oh, remember that scene?
I remember
We're
all
looking
of
at him at the desk, and he's in 3rd grade. This is going to be tough.
Today, Junior.
Everybody.
Of course I remember.
It's so funny when he's making fun of the kid stuttering. And even then, 1995,
The way he's looking at it.
even then, it's like in 95, it's like, we don't make fun of stutterers anymore. What are you doing?
It's the best movie.
Oh, it's so fucking good.
41%.
It's, I mean,
Come on. But, I mean, critics in general have always been very unkind to funny movies like that.
and back in this era, critics could be like downright mean. Like if you watch some of those old Roger Ebert, like Siskel and Ebert shows,
yeah.
like Ebert will be like, this is a waste of fucking space. These people should never make movies anymore. This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. This is so stupid. It's for stupid idiots. And you're like, Jesus, dude,
I like that, though.
get a hold of yourself.
I do like that we used to have a time where critics could be that blunt,
Yeah.
you know?
Now, Ebert would have to go on Gas Digital to do all that. Remember there was that one critic that would just like, he'd go on and go, it stinks.
I remember him. I think he was called The Critic.
The critic. That's who he was. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's when like, you know, you were so locked into TV. There were television shows devoted to movie critics just sitting there talking about
It was
movies.
on the news.
Yeah.
Every Friday. Oh, here's so-and-so with the movies of the week.
I mean, they're
What's
still
his
trying.
face?
What's
With
it?
the big hair.
Yeah, he's still on
Is he?
ABC. Sonny something or Sydney something or something.
Sidney
No.
Prescott?
I wish it was Sidney Prescott. The local guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the blonde hair.
Yeah.
Because there were also, you know, the age of the national movie critic that they became celebrities. Like that guy with the big mustache was the movie
That's
critic.
who I'm thinking of. I can't remember his name.
Well, you're thinking of Joel Siegel,
That's who I'm thinking.
who was the GMA movie critic.
Yes.
I went to see the film Open Water with Joel Siegel. He was a family friend. He's the one who taught me never to discuss a movie while you're still in the theater. It's rude. I said, all right.
Sorry.
I said, sorry, Joel. Sorry, Joel Siegel. But there was Full Frontal in that movie, so I was like in high school. I was like, Joel, that was a great movie, huh? He was like, what? No, it wasn't that good at all. It's like, oh, okay. I thought it was really good.
Joel, 5 stars?
5 stars on that? Do you see that Full Frontal scene? Yes, I saw it. Oh, okay. All right.
Living Color had a skit of movie critics, didn't they?
In Living Color?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Damon Wayans was one of them. He wore like the beret.
Wasn't one of the guys Antoine Merriweather?
Yeah, that's right. That's 100% right. Yeah, that's how.
Men on film.
Men on
film. That's how common it was that you would do a parody because everybody had seen these shows.
Oh, this was so
Oh, it was the best.
funny.
And Living Color was the best.
Hello, I'm Blaine Edwards.
I mean, and it was just like.
Merriweather, and welcome to Men on Films. We're going to be reviewing the latest films from a male point of view. First up is
It's
that
just a big
controversial
gay
movie,
joke.
Do the Right Thing. Now, I really like little Spike Lee's courage in making this film. I especially like the way he mixed the racial tension with the violence in order to give his message, do the right thing. Come on out the closet. Don't be afraid to be who you is. Black, white, or whatever. Ain't that the truth, Ruth? Now I'd like to talk about an exciting new film, Karate Kid Part 3. It's all about men working out their problems in a very physical way. It was all so primitive. And you know, I really enjoyed Mr. Miyagi, played by Lil Pat Morito. And that Ralph Macchio. 3 words, fabulous.
Isn't it so funny? And by the way, this is the same show that had Jim Carrey as like that female bodybuilder. Remember with the pigtails? Oh.
Living Color was great.
It was
Oh, it was the
great.
best.
And no,
It was
we
the
couldn't get enough of it. We're like, look at how funny this is. I was like a little kid watching it. My parents were like, you know what? That is damn funny. Yeah, but these are the people who were like rating those movies at the time.
Yeah.
Like Billy Madison and stuff like that. So there was it Gene Shalit of the Today Show?
Yep, that sounds...
He was the guy with the giant mustache. Joel Siegel had a mustache, but
Oh, Leonard Maltin.
Leonard Maltin was a biggie.
He's still doing it.
Yeah, Leonard Maltin. Yeah, there's Siskel.
And Ebert.
Yeah, Ebert. Siskel died first, and then it was Ebert and Roper.
Oh, that's right.
But
Nobody
Roper
cared.
never did it for me.
Roper can fuck off.
Yeah, I didn't trust him at all.
No.
He'd be like,
Who are you?
This movie sucks. I'd be like, okay, I'm buying a ticket right now, idiot. Yeah. Yeah. The 10 most well-respected
Okay.
movie critics of all time. Isn't that hilarious? Like, it was like, no. I deeply respect this guy who goes to the movie and just tells me what he thought of the movie.
I assume Jermaine's on this list.
He's got to be, right? Stanley Kaufman. That's like going back to the 70s. Leonard Maltin.
No, he's a goat.
Yeah, he's still rocking and rolling.
Oh.
Francois Ronald Truffaut.
Don't know who that is.
I don't either. Andrew Sarris. I don't know about this Andrew
Don't know who
Sarris.
that
These
is.
guys are probably writers. I don't. If you're not on TV, I don't care. I don't know who Mark Kermode
He's
is.
on BBC.
Oh,
Gene Siskel. Oh, that's fucked that they didn't include them together because now I know who number one
now
is.
I know who number one is. He's the one who's better than. Like you can get. Yeah,
Yep.
you can
I
get.
figured they'd be together.
You can get top billing all you want, Siskel. Ebert's the one. I mean, there were movies that it's like all you needed was 2 thumbs up. If you could put 2 thumbs up on that movie poster, everyone's going to
Sold it.
see that. Everyone's going to see it. I wasn't interested, but Ebert and Siskel, I think it's Siskel and Ebert, whatever, said that this Mrs. Doubtfire movie is 2 thumbs up. I got to see it.
That's that James Bond movie, right?
That's right. That was an OG James Bond movie. It was the origin story of James Bond, and where we found out that James Bond had one kryptonite: spicy foods. Let's go to Dan in Iowa City. What's up, Dan?
Sam and Brian Muffins.
Okay.
Sam, we're talking movie critics, and I want to know your review and grade of the movie Starship Troopers. I think as a young boy, that co-ed shower scene really deserved 2 thumbs up.
I'm going to tell you the truth, Dan. When Starship Troopers came out, I believe I was a young man coming of age in school, and I do specifically remember thinking it was a great movie, and the first thing I thought of was the co-ed shower scene. Dan, Starship Troopers is a fabulous movie
Yeah.
because you get all this action later on. You get all kinds of action. You get great sci-fi hits, but there's a co-ed shower scene that really does. When you're a young man in the era, it really is a great thing. Mr. Skin had a field day with it.
It's actually why I joined the Army. It didn't hold up, though.
I bet it does. I'll bet it does hold up if I threw it on.
Starship Troopers?
Yeah, I bet Starship Troopers does hold up. Thank you, Dan. I put on Showgirls the other day.
Why?
It's a riot. That movie rules. Like
I know it's had like
a resurgence.
I mean, not just now, like, it's been a while, but yeah, like.
No, there was a company. One of my companies that I love put out a super like special edition 4K.
Vinegar Syndrome too.
Yeah, they did. It was Vinegar Syndrome. It was Vinegar Syndrome. It was like a whole box. There was like a book inside and everything. It was like they really gave it the pristine treatment. And I watched it. I showed my wife it. I was like, you got to see this movie.
She'd never seen it?
No, she'd never seen Showgirls.
I thought everybody saw it when it came out.
Right, because everybody's like, you kidding me? Jesse Spano's naked? But I mean, it's amazing that this movie exists.
Yeah.
And like when it was coming out, the filmmaker, everybody was like, you don't understand. You think this is some sleazy, bad movie. This is like they were making comparisons. They were like, this is actually like there are biblical stories like worked into this movie. There's so much nuance. There's so much metaphor. Like this is a groundbreaking film.
And it's NC-17.
And it's NC-17, but it has to be. And then you'd watch it, and you're like, what the hell are you talking about?
It's so bad.
Where are the biblical metaphors? Where are the references? What are you talking about? Like
No, I mean, it's been like 30 years since I've seen it.
yeah, it's fantastic.
I didn't
It's
have
unbelievable.
a need to do it again.
Oh, you got to watch it.
I mean, I don't know. I got to start White Lotus.
White Lotus is great, too. I mean, they're both great.
Okay.
Like, I'm not picking one or the other for sure, because they
They can stand on their own.
I mean, well, they hit me on different levels, too.
Gotcha.
I have multiple levels of appreciate. I appreciate things for different reasons.
Sure.
And I try to appreciate things for what they are. I go to them.
Right.
I don't expect things to come to me.
And you don't compare to other things.
You can't.
It's like, this was great, but Sopranos is better.
Sure. I mean, wait, like, am I going to sit here and go, oh, what do you like better? You know, Showgirls or The Sopranos? I don't.
No, that's the right way to do it.
Right. I'm watching. It depends on the mood.
Judge it on its own merits.
I judge it on its own merits.
And you're telling me that the merits of Showgirls
Through the roof.
now, as an older man,
Astronomical. Because you just sit there and you just analyze every decision that gets made. Because there's two things that and one of the reasons I like White Lotus, I love stories that are full of bad decisions. Like that's why I love that movie Fargo. Because you get to the end of Fargo, and the best part of Fargo is at the end of Fargo, you realize none of this had to happen. Every single thing that happens in the movie is just based on bad decision making.
Yeah.
Everything would have been fine if none of it ever happened. If you just went right back to the beginning, and William H. Macy did not have these delusions of grandeur, and he was just trying to sell True Coat to people and was just fine with it, everything would have been fine. Everyone would have still been alive. Everyone's life would have been better.
it's one of the best movies.
It's one of the best. Everybody's dead now. Everybody's life is shit. Like, and it's all for no reason whatsoever.
All for what?
For nothing.
A little bit of money.
That's exactly right. That speech, that monologue at the end of the movie, Frances McDormand just brings it home. But so I love movies that take place around all this bad decision making. But then on a whole other level, I love watching movies where as you're watching, you can analyze the decision making process of the people making the movies. The distributors, the director, and again, like you can't even compare it because now you're talking about narrative bad decisions to actual bad decisions.
Well, it's like that podcast. How did this get made?
That's why it's so great.
Yeah.
Like you're just sitting there going like, why would you do this? Like, and you can think about it in the bigger picture, or you can break it down. You know, and poor Elizabeth Berkley, this thing has haunted her for her entire life.
No, she was fine after this.
No, she was not fine after this.
My mistake.
I remember when she was on Dancing with the Stars, and like she came in to do interviews. I interviewed her when she was doing Dancing with the Stars. This was decades later. And the only thing people are like, you're going to ask her about Showgirls?
Yeah, I mean, that's literally...
It's two things. Showgirls and I'm so excited, I'm so scared.
Showgirls and pills.
Caffeine pills. Not even pills.
Yep.
Caffeine pills. I'm addicted to caffeine pills. Have some Jolt Cola, lady. I mean, look at that. First Wives Club was a huge movie when it came out in 96.
I didn't know she was in it.
Who did?
I also never saw it.
Who did? It was for ladies.
Oh, she was in Cobra Kai.
Okay, if you say so.
One episode.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's Elizabeth Berkley from Showgirls.
Oh,
That's
the new
they...
Saved by the Bell, she made an appearance.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't know. They got the girl from Showgirls to do Saved by the Bell? No, before Showgirls.
I mean, she must have pretty much quit acting, right?
I would imagine she probably stepped out. Because she could have found stuff.
Yeah, there's a big gap.
It feels like she might have jumped in whenever she needed some a cash infusion.
Right.
And then jumped out again. Because she knew that every time she acted, she would have to do press. And every time she did press, they're going to ask her about being naked in Showgirls.
Oh, 3 episodes of Titus.
Titus was a great show. Underrated. But nobody's ever brought that up.
That's right. 2 episodes of NYPD Blue.
You didn't even you.
I remember now.
The biggest, but you didn't come to mind. What was top of mind?
Showgirls.
Okay. And when was the last time you watched Showgirls?
30 years ago.
Okay.
When it came out.
That's it. It killed her. She's in Any Given Sunday. Any Given Sunday is awesome. I love Any Given Sunday. I watch Any Given Sunday, Any Given Sunday.
That's a great movie.
And guess what?
How's that only got 6.9 stars?
Because people are dickheads. But also, I forgot she was in Any Given Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, Al Pacino's in it.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember Screaming Willie Beeman. You know when he makes the ladies? Creamin'.
It's a bit racy for this program.
I know, but it's the song. It was a big hit song in the 90s. I remember, what's his name from Scrubs in that movie?
Left Eye?
McGinley.
Oh.
Right? John McGinley? Is that his name?
John C. McGinley.
John C. McGinley. I wanted to call him John C. Reilly because John C. Reilly's also amazing.
He's also great.
Yeah. I remember him being like the
Skip Bayless.
Yeah, the douchebag sportscaster, the Skip Bayless. who's just shitting all over Willie Beeman. And then as soon as Willie Beeman gets good, now he's on his dick. And he goes up to him and he goes, "Your smack is so fresh."
Did he say, "Give me a pound,
Give me a
dog"?
pound, dog. Yeah, he does. It's so great. It's an amazing movie.
Yeah.
And apparently Elizabeth Berkley is in it.
If you say so. I mean, I see Cameron Diaz.
I remember Cameron Diaz in it.
Of course.
Dennis Quaid. I remember LT in it. I remember Lawrence Taylor from Two Things.
Our coworker, LL.
LL Cool J. Yeah, I remember LL in it.
There she is.
Here are the two things I remember Lawrence Taylor from.
Go ahead.
Any Given Sunday,
And?
WrestleMania 11.
Oh.
Apparently he had a run with the New York Giants as well. That's what people tell me.
I thought
but
you were going to say the Waterboy.
He was great in Waterboy. Great in Waterboy. Actor, professional wrestler turned football player, Lawrence Taylor. But yeah, so shout out to Elizabeth Berkley. And Showgirls is amazing
If you say so.
in hindsight.
You bought the physical copy.
Yeah, and I put it on my what's it called? I upload.
Mantle?
I did. I put it on my mantle. I framed it. I put it inside of a
put it on your
box.
Plex?
Yeah, I put it on my Plex. Yeah,
Let
so
me
I can
get
watch
the
it
password?
anytime. No, that's illegal.
Let me see if I got it.
You don't.
I might.
You don't.
Dubin Plus has everything.
That's also a problem. But it was a big day. I mean, speaking of Starship Troopers, these astronauts came home yesterday.
Yeah,
These
they did.
these astronauts that were stuck in space for 9 months. They're supposed to be up there for a week. I mean, it was a guy and a girl. I wonder if they started kind of kicking it to each other at all. I mean, 9 months, a long time up there.
Yeah, but they're probably stinky.
Yeah, but I mean, if they both smell, there's no washcloths to be had, unfortunately.
No.
They had a week's worth. They needed 9 months worth.
What's the erection situation in zero gravity?
I'm glad you asked me that question, Mike.
You got a computer.
I am the guy. No. He wanted to ask me specifically. I mean, he looks at me as a point of wisdom, and I appreciate that. Well, I think you can still, because I don't think erections are dependent on gravity. Because it's an infusion of blood, unless the blood couldn't move down properly because of gravity. You know what I mean? You'd have to have I don't know what the force of blood movement is, or if gravity helps bring it down.
I mean, it feels like space has so many effects on the human body.
What's the final frontier?
It can't be left alone.
No, yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, Mike, I got good news for you, buddy. Not only is it possible to get aroused in space, but sometimes the environment has a
encouraged.
turboing effect, giving rise to a nickname from the experience, Space Viagra.
All right, guys,
Oh,
everybody
nice.
into the spaceship. Let's go.
Right. And then the poor female astronaut up there, she's like, "What are you doing?"
They're
I'm
loving
sorry. It's space Viagra.
They're the chief beneficiaries.
I'm sorry. Yeah. She's
One astronaut said, "I had an erection so intense it was painful.
nice.
I could have drilled through kryptonite." All right,
Okay, all right, Mr. Humble Brag. Okay,
also, kryptonite
all
doesn't
right.
exist.
But it's a very hard stone.
That's when you can legitimately say you need some relief.
Because it hurts. I could drill through
Yes.
kryptonite right now.
So whoever's with you has to give you hand relief.
And this poor female astronaut is like, "Can you not talk about it?" Like, okay, fine. I'm not telling you everything going on with me. Can you not? It's disgusting.
I'm trying to do the tests on the potato.
Pop that documentary on to get her in the mood.
I don't know if they have a DVD collection up there.
The one where the guy had to jerk off his daughter's kidnapper.
I don't think everybody just brings that everywhere.
I mean,
Hey, I downloaded something I think you might want to watch.
you have to understand, more importantly, how twisted Mike's version of Netflix and chill is. He's just watching documentaries about criminals and kidnapping. Oh, put the old arm around the girl. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, this is great. This is the part where he traps her in the basement.
Oh, we'll do a table read. It'll be fun. We'll reenact.
Yeah, it's called Netflix and chill.
So it is possible, but I think it is harder because of
Nice.
microgravity. No, not harder. Not the physical harder.
Oh.
But the microgravity can make it harder.
Nice.
Not the physical
Okay,
harder.
sorry.
Because blood shifts towards the head and chest due to the lack of
Nice.
gravity. Not the head of the penis.
Oh, sorry. You're being really confusing today.
I think I'm being really clear.
We
Well,
want
I
to
was.
distinguish. Call it the helmet, not the head.
Yeah.
Thank you. From going forward, let's do that. So to avoid that unfortunate confusion,
All right, good. I said head.
because I'm going to look weird otherwise. So, especially after all this Showgirls conversation. So, yeah, they were up there. They were supposed to be up there for a week, but they were up there for 9 months because I guess they had to get ready a SpaceX rocket went up there to get another craft, because I guess there was a way home. I know Scott Kelly was talking about it. I remember Scott Kelly was in here like a little while back. But Scott Kelly was talking about it. He said there was a way home, but you need backup.
Yeah, it's like so complicated.
Right. Like you need backup.
You can't just send a rocket up there to get somebody.
Right. So they needed to wait until they had two people that were ready to go up there that could then grab something there, and had enough seats for 4.
And had a scheduled flight already.
No, you couldn't just launch one?
I remember this being planned for months, because they're like, this is going up then.
Right.
That's when we'll do it.
Right.
Like, it's not as easy as some people would say.
Although they did say that Biden just left him there because.
Sure, I get that. That makes total sense.
They were like, it was for political reasons. And it was like, what was the political reason? They were like, just trust me on this one.
You know.
Yeah.
Autopen.
Eggs. Autopen. DEI. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think they asked the astronauts about that, didn't they? Didn't they interview them and they were like, was there any political reason that Biden didn't go up there? I think they were like, oh, they didn't want to answer it.
They probably don't know. They're just sitting up there trying not to die.
How would they know? Yeah, they're just up there. What do you think? Biden's like, hey, I want you guys to know. I could get you, but for political reasons, I'm leaving you up there. I mean, can you imagine? You're stuck in space for 9 months. A rocket ship comes to get you, has to bring you back to Earth. You're back on Earth for the first time in 9 months. You're literally swimming with dolphins. And as soon as you get out of dolphin water, somebody goes, do you think it was political? And you're like, what? What? We've been up there for 9 months. Have you guys not gotten over this nonsense? Are you serious? We were up there for 9 months and you're still doing this?
Like, give me some news. Who won the World Series?
We forgot.
Do you think it was political?
You think it was political? I just want to go home.
I don't know.
It is funny that Elon saved the day.
He saved the day only by default.
You mean because he had the rocket ships?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't.
Which, by the way, is great. Nobody's saying SpaceX is not great.
I love SpaceX.
Yeah.
I wish he spent more time with SpaceX.
So do I.
And Tesla seems good. The cars are good.
Great.
Everybody loves those cars.
Yes, except the people that are just keying them.
Wow. Yeah, I forgot about the people keying Teslas.
Teslas, I think, have the most cameras of any car. And
that's really funny. That's a great point. Yeah, Teslas are literally used. Like, if there's a crime on the street and a Tesla drives by, there are cops that are like, we need to subpoena your Tesla cameras.
There's
Why?
8 of them.
Yeah. No, there's just cameras all over this car.
Like, that's the last car I would ever key.
Yeah, I'm going to get you. Yeah, our cameras are. We got you.
All right, yeah. I got your front, I got your back, I got your side. I know exactly who you are.
No.
Probably have your fingerprints.
I keyed it because the guys in charge of the company has said things on Twitter I don't like.
Oh, okay.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. That you're allowed to do that then. Oh, yeah. So they got them all down, and yeah, they seemed very happy. I don't know. I mean, I go into near panic attacks when on the airplane they say we need to circle the airport for the next 30 minutes. I go, oh my God, we're going to be up here forever. There's nothing I can do. What am I going to do? Oh, this is terrible. I got nothing up here. I lose my mind.
You got the OJ show.
I know, and then I'm like watching, right? And I'm watching. They're putting a bow on it, and I've already seen OJ tell everybody he got juiced. I already see, like, we're already way past the point. We're about to get into OJ on Twitter, and they go from the flight deck, we're gonna have to circle this airport for who knows how long. And I'm like, I got no OJ left. I hate it. So the idea that you can go into space, have this plan of coming back a week later, and you're just up there for 9 months, no OJ show, no nothing.
We probably had something.
What?
I don't know. I would.
I got this VHS copy of Rad. You want to watch it again? It's like when you're stuck in, like, you know.
I'd bring something to watch.
Because you're there for a week.
Yeah.
But you'd bring like season 1 of NYPD Blue, because you're like, by the time I wrap this up, it's time to go home.
Yeah.
And you never get to season 2.
No. I'd watch a lot of David Caruso, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck, he's not even associated with this show.
Should have brought season 4.
Oh, I know everything about season 1 now. I've just watched it over and over again.
Yeah, it's.
I guess you just have like so much discipline when you're an astronaut, when you're somebody like that you just have to have to be non-emotional about all this stuff. But I just don't understand how you can maintain the non-emotionality of being up there for 9 months. It's one thing to maintain it for the trip. It's one thing, but for 9 months,
I feel like you really have to just accept what's going on.
this is just where we're at, and we'll get home when we get home. I wonder if they screamed at each other at any point.
I'm sure they do.
If they got into big fights. Could you stop chomping on your freeze-dried ice cream? It's how I eat it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. How do you not?
Don't you miss ice cream that wasn't freeze-dried? Of course I do. But when you bring it up, it makes me want to miss it more. Could you please stop? Whoa. Okay.
I'm going to go to this corner over here.
Well, fine. I'll just float over in this direction then.
Sorry.
You going to bed? I'm going to bed when I want to go to bed. I'm an adult. I'm not going to tell you when I'm going to bed. Sheesh. And I hate it when you say sheesh.
Okay, Troy did send me the Libs of TikTok post
Great.
where they ask about being rescued earlier.
The libs of TikTok were the ones that gave us all that info about Epstein, right?
Yes. So let's see what this says. This is them being interviewed.
Okay.
Our next question is from Aaron Gregg with The Washington Post.
Oh, boy.
The Amazon Washington.
Yeah, that's right.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for doing this. So my question relates to Elon Musk has said that he made the offer to bring you guys back earlier and that it was
pause
denied.
for a second?
Go ahead.
This lady's sitting here going like, I'm fucking stuck in space looking like a racerhead, and you're talking about Elon Musk and politics?
I was just going to say Eraserhead. Like, fix your hair. You're being interviewed.
I look like I'm in a goddamn David Lynch picture, and you're asking me about politics?
Is this going out everywhere?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, why do you bother tucking in your polo if your hair is going to be floating all over the place?
Well, I want to look presentable. What about
Who's
the
this
hair?
fella that's up there with them? I thought there was 2 astronauts.
He's probably the interviewer. He might be their social media guy.
Yeah, does he get to go?
That's their hot dog.
Yeah. They don't even mention him.
No.
I guess Hot Dog was up there too. I don't know.
I assume he's just, they're
maybe
at the International Space Station.
He just chills in the space station.
Yeah, there's other people that are there.
Oh, I thought it was just them up there.
No, they were at the International Space Station.
I didn't know there was just people chilling in the International
when
Space
SpaceX
Station.
came up, there was a Russian guy who was wearing an alien mask going like, ho, we're here.
That was Elon.
You didn't see that?
No.
Troy, you saw that, right?
I read about this.
I honestly thought there was 2 people up there.
I did too. I thought it was
No,
you
there's
know.
Russians up there. It's the International
Why
Space
did the Russians
Station.
bring him down?
It's not that
You can't
easy.
trust them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like, floating in my tin can far above the world. You know what I mean?
No.
I thought, everybody wants to know whose shirt you wear. I thought this was Major Tom up there just floating away into oblivion.
Look, this is the hey, hello.
They're a bunch of rascals up
Yeah,
there.
They are
just-
rascals.
They're just silly.
They are. Wait till they get to become holograms and go home and sleep with each other's wives and stuff like that. Remember Josh Hartnett?
I remember. I would have done the same thing.
You gotta see Black Mirror. It was a fucked up episode.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah.
How do you not watch Black
Oh,
Mirror?
yeah.
You remember that
yeah,
one,
I
the
know,
newer
yes,
one?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I remember that one.
Next month.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
I want to hear first. These people. Well, by the
My
way,
first question is,
Oops, sorry.
no, that's okay because when Troy said, "Well, why didn't the Russians bring him home?" That tone of his voice was like, "Wait a minute, was this not as political as I thought it was?"
my first question is that true? And if so, what would that have looked like? Was he offering to make another flight, push seats on another flight? Could you give us some background there?
I can only say that Mr. Musk, what he says is absolutely factual. We have no information on that though whatsoever. What was offered, what was not offered, who it was offered to, how that process went. That's information that we simply don't have. So I believe him. I don't know all those details, and I don't think any of us really can give you the answer that maybe that you would be hoping for.
There it is.
Okay. So,
Well, seems pretty cut and dry to me.
for them to be like, Biden didn't accept for political purposes.
Yeah, yeah. Biden had the rocket ship, and he went, "Nope." Politics and
Yeah.
whatnot.
I'm not going to pretend to be an instant expert on space flight and know why they didn't come
I
home
will.
sooner.
I will. This video says it all.
That was factual.
So what? I mean,
I'm sure he did offer to bring them home sooner. Maybe it wasn't possible. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend that I'm an expert at
So I'm
something.
just
that
listening
not.
to the astronaut.
That'd be like if Elon was like, hey, do you want cameras in here?
Yeah, I'd love those.
And I'd be like, yeah, that'd be great. And he'd be like, well, I offer the cameras. Sirius must not be videoing you for political reasons. It's like, well, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe it is that.
Yeah,
You think
maybe.
you think it's the Biden administration?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, because then that astronaut was on Fox News yesterday on the 5, with Jesse Waters, your guy. And he was like, hey, before anything gets started, can we just say that this was not like politically motivated? And this is an astronaut guy. I don't think he's a political guy. I don't know that much about him. He was very boring when he was on this show and kind of combative with poor little Jimmy. But he was on and saying like, hey, I mean, this isn't, you guys keep pushing this thing and I don't really know why. I mean, just some people stuck up there in space. It is like odd that it's an interesting enough story to be like, these guys are stuck in space. They thought it was going to be a week. It's actually 9 months and we got to bring them down. And they still have to inject politics into it and go like, yeah. And if it were us, okay, all right. Rabble, 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 rabble. 866-969-1969. Puma in Chicago. What's up, Puma?
Good morning, boys.
Morning.
Good morning, Danielle.
Okay.
Listen, I'm just a little pissed off with Troy.
Why?
I called in on Monday and Tuesday with some great ideas.
It's a lot of calling.
Puma, you're not
And
a
he's
part
shooting,
of
he's shooting me down, though.
No, these fucking people.
But listen,
think they're
I'm the guy.
He's part of the show now.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
It's like Patton Oswalt in that movie where he's just writing down like, yeah, this is starting to get very talk radio. Troy's worried you're going to see him in a parking lot.
Hey, so I submitted my ideas, and you guys never got back to me on those?
Yeah, I mean...
First of all, I hate New York. I'm not coming out there. Second
Oh,
of all,
shit. Damn, Puma, that sucks. I was really hoping you were going to be a part of the show.
Travis hates you.
I just don't understand. I don't understand these people who
Troy,
think they're a part of the show.
listen.
It is really funny because like they're literally
look.
like they're ideas that people who work on the show give me. Yeah. And I use like half of them. Like
Sam's
I'm like
got 30 things in front of him. He's going to get to 2.
right. I'm like, okay, no, and I want 30 things. Like I like this is all great. And I'm gonna pick the things that work for me and that'll be that. And then the caller goes, listen, I've been shitting out gold for you guys.
Well, go ahead. Maybe I'm wrong. Puma, you gave Troy some
right.
ideas the other day, and what happened?
First of all, yesterday I called in. Sam, you made fun of me with my call because you said riveting. You looked at Danielle, you're like probably like riveting, and you were making fun of me, and I don't appreciate that.
Okay, well there was no visuals, so that's psychotic.
Yeah.
I can imagine what's going on in the studio. But listen,
Riveting, am I right, Daniel? Anyway,
Troy, I'm the guy who does a job. You must be the other guy. But here, yes, on Monday I called in with a great idea. I thought, Danielle aired her grievances, and I wanted to air my top 5 annoyances about Danielle.
No.
Troy said that was too mean.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Shut me down.
yeah,
Okay,
Puma.
was I wrong in
Stupid?
doing that?
Yes.
Puma,
Okay.
I'm going to tell you, you know what? I'll tell you what you've done. You've done something great. You've done a service because there have been many times where on the air we've been critical of Troy for his inability to screen calls and the fact that he just puts up whatever and says, if you want to take it, you take it. He decided to actually screen the call and go, no. Because if I had seen that call up and Troy had written that, he knows that I would have been like, no, I'm not doing that. And I wouldn't do that for any of the, if you called up and said, I'd like to air my top 5 grievances about Troy, I go like, no, we're not, I'm not having callers call up and shit on people on the show. We'll shit on each other
I'm not
because
even shitting on her. But listen, so she could air her grievances about life,
Yes.
but then I can't air my grievances.
100% correct. Yes, you
That's
got
not
that.
fair.
I know.
You're
Puma,
not a part of the show!
Puma,
But listen.
you nailed it. You hit the nail on the head. You got 100% right. Danielle went through an interview process. She applied to be an intern. She went through a rigorous process that involved first going through resumes, and then once the resumes were selected, she was narrowed down to a few, and then she did an interview, and then Travis selected her as one of, and there were multiple people, and Travis selected her as earning her internship. Then she began the internship and did work behind the scenes and on the air to the point where, we're now 2.5 months or whatever into the internship. And it's like, yeah, let's try letting her have the floor for a moment. So as a matter of fact, Puma, She put the work in to earn the right to air her grievances. And as it is, I mean, you can look up what the title of the show is. I mean, I feel like that's why the apostrophe is there, to like answer any of these questions.
I think it's possessive. Right?
It's possessive.
I agree with that.
So this
Listen,
is kind of,
doing...
and you did the right thing, Puma. The buck stops here. You went right to the top, right to the top, right at the other side of that apostrophe. That's where you want to be. And I am telling you that you hit the nail on the head. You are 100% right. Danielle can. Here's the list of people who can air grievances: Danielle, Mike, Travis, Troy, me. All good to list a whole list of grievances, and I'd be interested in all of them. Puma, there is one name clearly not on that list.
Hold on 1 second, though.
Go ahead.
But you're doing Danielle a disservice, and let me tell you why.
Go ahead.
Okay? This is the real world. And have you ever heard guys say, you know, I don't want to drive because I don't want to put miles on my car? You ever heard someone say that?
I don't know. It's weird. It's so specific.
Basically, it's like having a girlfriend. It's like having a girlfriend and saying, well, I don't want to have sex with her because I'm saving her for the other guy. You know, Danielle needs to toughen up. This is the real world. And at the end of the day, you know, we're trying to build...
I don't know what either of those two examples are referring to.
Puma, what was your other idea?
It's also funny because he's saying that he wants to share his grievances, but then if I do it, I need to... you know what I mean?
Yeah, Puma, toughen
He
up.
gets bothered by me, but you got to toughen up. Don't get bothered by me then. What?
Puma, were you triggered?
I'm not bothered by you.
Puma, were you
I don't
triggered?
understand why I can't... What?
Did you get triggered?
When?
By Danielle. Were you triggered?
Yeah, I think he was triggered.
No, not at all.
You seem triggered, bro.
You seem triggered.
No, here, what I'm trying to explain to you is that I feel at the end of the day that, you know, she could be a much better, you know, value to the show, but if you're going to baby her and not, you know, let her take, you know, comments like if someone called up in a radio show from another company and it was like, hey, I'm going to say this about this one. Sorry, you can't say that. I mean, you know, in the old shows, they would never do that.
They do it at every show. Every show
now.
that's ever existed, they've done it. That's called call screening. All of every call.
Are you guys wearing masks in the studio too?
Yes, yes. I make all the guys mask up, and we wear masks every. Yeah, of course we do. Of course we do. We're trying to stop the spread.
People have said plenty about me, Puma, but they're not listing their 5 pet peeves about
you don't
my
just get a bit
existence.
because you want one.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Puma. Listen.
Puma, shut up.
Puma. This is the problem. I don't care if people if somebody calls up and says that they don't like me, I take the call. If they don't like Mike, if they don't like Danielle, I take all these calls. But when somebody calls up and they go like, "Oh, I'd like to take it upon myself to read my list and have my segment," that's when this level of self-importance comes in, where Troy goes, "Sam will want nothing to do with this." Like you calling up and being like, you've called up and complained about Danielle plenty of times, and it's not like you've been.
Didn't. I mean. Well, listen.
Puma, what was your other idea? You said you had 2 ideas.
Okay,
Puma.
What's the second idea?
What was your other idea? You said you had 2 ideas.
That's right.
No, the other one was busting her on why she got nosebleeds because she doesn't eat any, you know, protein. But it was also, you know, and then I called back and got in on the stupid whatever caller. But you know, I get where you guys are coming from, but you know,
I don't think you do.
Troy's balls. You guys make fun of Troy, and I feel like you're taking easy on Danielle. You know, and that's all I'm saying.
I mean, I literally talk about our constipation like 3
we
times.
make fun of her all the time.
There's literally no difference, Puma.
Okay, then why can't I do my?
Because you're not on the show,
you're
bro.
not on the show.
You're not on the show.
Don't get a bit because
I
you want
call
one.
into the show. What's the difference?
Okay, but guess what, Puma? The difference is that Jim McClure was like, "Oh, I want to put Sam on the air." He was never like Jim McClure is going to come to me downstairs. He's like, "You're putting Puma on the air too much. I don't like that guy." Like you don't have a show, bro.
And also, you don't even know me, and you want to like come for me. You don't even know me, Puma.
Right? You don't know any.
Calling me
it's
on
creepy.
I got to take this call. Jim's calling me on the other line. I think he wants me to come in.
Hang on, before you take that call, Matt in Queensbury.
Yeah, I'd like to call in with my top 5 grievances with Puma.
Oh, that's a great idea. Go ahead.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
No.
Number
You
one,
can't do that. It's going to hurt my feelings.
Number one,
that's a good idea.
annoying.
Mm-hmm. Annoying.
Number 1, he's annoying.
Okay.
Number 2, he calls too much.
Okay.
Number 3, he talks too long.
Okay.
Number 4, his name is stupid.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow. And number 5, he's mean to Danielle.
That's a great bit, man. I don't find any flaw in your list.
Good job, man.
Wow,
Great
man.
job.
That was a block. That was
Great job.
hilarious.
Thank you.
Hilarious.
Thank you, Matt. That was good. See, that's how you do it. See, Matt's in and out, Puma. Matt, like it was great. It was great. He did a great job.
And we also didn't say that we wouldn't do it because it would hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
It's because you're not on the show.
Yeah. Puma. Most of the decisions that I make are made in an attempt to put on the best show possible, not to reserve anybody's feelings. I'm not terribly worried about that.
Let's go from 5 to 1. Number 5,
that's
her
not,
name.
Puma.
Danielle.
Bye.
No, you don't get to do a bit.
Oh,
Puma.
no. He must have been in a weak signal area.
God, I fucking hate that guy.
You do, right?
Yes.
It's the self-importance.
He has
is what
such
it is.
an air of self-importance.
Yeah.
That, I don't care who he wants to call and make fun of. You don't just get to do it and then say that's not fair. When, it's insane.
Right. We all get to have equal airtime on this show.
Yeah, guys, you did your bit the other day. I'd like my equal time now.
This doesn't seem right.
No, you're
And
not.
It's clearly like sexist.
It's
and,
not Sam
you
and
know.
Puma.
I mean, he hates women.
Yeah.
But that's on the table.
No, the other day he said they were all throwing themselves at him.
Oh,
even
yeah, I
married
forgot about
ones.
I forgot. Even the married ones. Yeah. Yeah.
Can we skip Puma's calls from moving forward? Or do you still want me to put them up?
Hey, Troy, you're the phone screener.
But Sam's the boss.
Look, you can't. I'm not ready to put him on timeout yet. But you do have to find out what he wants. It's not an automatic pass.
You know what the problem was? Last week, Puma got too much attention.
Yeah.
I remember his friend called in.
Yes.
So his friend heard. I don't know if we took the call, but
We didn't.
We
I
okay.
specifically, I was like, it's not the Puma show. I'm not taking this guy's call.
His friend called. He's I think it's funny that Puma called in. I got some stuff to shit on him.
And that was fine. You put the call up. I read it. I was like, that's stupid.
Right.
I'm moving on.
So Puma got a little shine, and now he feels like he's a part of the show.
It's happened before with other callers, and it will happen again.
Yeah.
People get
It is
some shine.
It is a psychotic thing to listen to a show and go, I mean, it's one thing to be like, yeah, I call in. There are plenty of people who call in regularly.
Yeah.
The regulars are great. Libby's fantastic. You know, Dr. X is great.
Well, on the heavy side, but she's great.
But yeah, she could lose a pound or two, but but she's great. But then it's the people that are
Miguel.
like, no, Miguel's great. He picks his spots.
Yeah.
But like the people that are like, oh, I'm a member of the show. It's crazy. See, here's a great example of that. Chris the teacher.
Hey, as somebody who is part of the show. I just really can't figure out why Puma's single.
Choice, obviously by choice. This
guy stinks. I think my vote is timeout, even though I don't get a vote because no, I am not part of the show.
See?
But even his voice sucks. He stinks. He's got to go. It's a kid who's never been slapped in the face in his life.
Wow. Thank you, Chris. And by the way, I think there was a period of time where Chris the teacher had to get caller training. And we had our difficulties. We had our difficult years with Chris the teacher, but he went through it.
Chris
and
is insane.
He's
out on the other side.
Well, he's a lunatic, but he's better. He's better on the other
lunatic.
side. He is a legitimate lunatic. Yes,
He's our lunatic.
but he's ours.
Yes.
He's ours. And if we were to stick him on somebody, it would be ugly. John in Virginia.
Be sure you clean the studio for my show later.
Okay, thank you.
I think what we learned from that call is, at the end of the day, Puma says you know a lot.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. He keeps repeating it. Thank you, John. You know. All right, let's get back into brass tacks here.
Yeah.
Pierre in Norfolk.
Talk about race.
Hey, buddies. Morning, boys.
Morning.
And Danielle.
I like how people are saying, hello, boys.
And I don't want to be.
Also, I'm glad they're not including me.
Because you're they, them?
Well, it used to be, hey, guys.
And Travis.
And Travis.
What's up, Pierre? Okay.
Oh, boy.
See, this is why we can't leave it in your guys' hands. You know, you fail us every single time. Were you able to find that clip of what's his name on Fox News?
Yeah, Scott Kelly on Fox. Yeah,
Scott Kelly on Fox.
Yeah, I don't know how great the audio is.
Whatever.
All right.
I mean, you know. What are we
Fred, before I talk about that, let me say something. I was watching the previous your previous program, The Five. They're talking about abandoned and that they were stranded by President Biden. That is not true. They have had a spacecraft up there since September that was going to bring them home. They've always had a ride home, and the decision to keep them up there had nothing to do with politics. It was just the fact that you need crew members to operate the space station, and they were the two that were there, and you had to send up a vehicle with 2 empty seats, so the safest thing to do was to just leave them there. But they weren't stranded. They always had a ride home. Now,
So I guess he's saying that that like if they had gone home, they would have had to bring with them the people from the space station, and then there would have been no people in the space station. So it's just like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and then you got to watch the space station with Ring cameras just in case anybody's coming in. 'Cause
Right.
nobody's there.
And then you see the guy in the alien mask was just like hiding in a locker the whole time, and now he's up there by himself doing God knows what. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me to believe that they were just like, yeah, just fuck them. Leave them up there.
You know what? Fuck them.
Yeah. Why? Why? Because fuck them.
Yeah,
Because fuck them. What are they doing going into space? We got plenty here on Earth.
What do I need, a reason?
Right.
Where's my auto pen?
Somebody turn the machine on and sign some bills for me.
Oh. I'm exhausted.
Scott Kelly said that it was the safest thing to leave them up there.
Oh.
Okay, right?
Okay. Troy's face.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
Oh.
Huh.
He doesn't even care.
No. Because it doesn't pop up on his algorithm. The other day, I wasn't going to say anything. The other day, he sent an email. He goes, Troy, he goes, the Michelle Obama podcast did 13,000 views, and it's all screenshots of the YouTube.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, why would you look at the screenshot? Just go to the channel. It was already up to like 250,000 views.
That's weird. You think someone just screenshotted when it was at 13,000?
Of course.
It's like, look how few it had.
Look, this sucks. I was like, okay.
I did hear on Adam Carolla that it sucked.
Okay, that's good.
I don't know if anybody's debating whether or not it sucks.
And I can't speak to it not sucking. I didn't listen.
Adam knows all about podcasting.
He's
like
one of the goats.
OGs.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Yes, he is. Absolutely, he is.
There's too many people have podcasts.
I would like to add, I have heard from sources that it sucks. It could, by the way, suck. I just more mean statistically.
By the way, I'm sure it does.
I'm sure it sucks. I wasn't listening to Barack Obama and Bruce Springsteen yapping.
No.
I don't care. I don't care.
You got too much going on.
Right. Way too much going on. If it's great, I'll see the clips. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like when Undertaker had Trump on. I saw the clips.
Of the great podcasts.
Well, I saw the clips everywhere.
I didn't see any.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow that one missed my radar.
Yeah.
Must be your guys' algorithm, and I just have regular.
No.
I have regular.
You have the regular.
My
algorithm.
internet's regular, and
Troy
you
and I
guys
have
have
tailored.
yeah. You guys have tailored algorithms.
Because like I saw him on like Theo,
Undertaker.
Rogan. No.
Oh,
President.
Because Troy has MAGA algorithm, and I think you have like AOC algorithm.
Yeah. Sure.
So like I'm just right there.
You're in the middle.
I'm regular Joe, and all I get is Undertaker clips.
Yeah, I just get a lot of Bernie stuff.
Yeah. It's definitely not because I watch like just wrestling clips all the time. That's not why. It's just regular stuff. Z in New Jersey.
Hey guys, is Puma becoming the new Stalker Patty? Are we going to have bits with her now? Or him?
He would love it. He would love it if he was. He would love it. He probably thinks to himself that way too. I'm
practically a part of the show.
Most of these guys are callers. I'm kind of a character. Dan on Long Island.
Good morning, boys. And Danielle.
That's the thing now.
How are we doing? Bringing it back to spaceships. Your rocket boy on the news yesterday keeps saying, yeah, we always had this spaceship. Why is everyone saying we didn't have one? Well, if you can't use it, do you really have a spaceship?
That's a good point.
Yeah, we have one you can get back, but no one's allowed to use it. So then we never had a fucking spaceship. What are you talking about?
That's true. That's like saying like we're not starving. We got all the food in the world. Oh, can I have a bite? No, you cannot.
No, you can't. You can't have any.
No, you can't have any of the food. But you're not starving. The food's right there.
Also, I may have misheard, but did Chris the teacher advocate slapping children in the face?
He says stuff. I don't know. I don't pay attention to most of it, to tell you the truth. Thank you, Dan.
It's the best policy, I think.
Thanks, buddy. Joe in D.C.
What's up, boys?
What's up,
and
bud?
Danielle.
Okay.
Thank you for your. I've just got some advice for Puma.
Okay.
I call the show about twice a month. Sam, you almost always pick me up. Thank you very much for that. But the advice for Puma is be more funny.
That's it. That's all it is. And concise. I love concise. People don't know the value of being concise.
And also the value of being entertaining. Like, I just don't find him entertaining.
He's not funny either.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
No.
Hey, like, what has he said that's been funny?
Let me think, because he said a lot.
We got time. We have until 11 o'clock.
Can't think of anything. No, nothing's...
We're just trying to have a good time.
And to him, he thinks he's so entertaining and funny. And I'm the gatekeeper keeping the world from all this funny.
Tell me the truth, Troy.
Yes.
Are you jealous of Puma and you don't want me to hear him because you know I'll replace you with him?
It is a fear.
Okay, good. All right, good.
So entertaining.
As long as you're being honest. Norman in Michigan?
Hey, yeah, just for the record, I think Danielle's hilarious because whenever she laughs, I'm like, oh, whatever one of you guys said was actually funny, and it validates it, so that's great.
That's sick.
But, yeah, but besides that, though, I've just been trying to figure out a reason to call in and try and cudgel my way into getting more updates on Mr. Toots.
Okay.
That's my favorite part of the show. And so if Troy could, and I thought about this long and hard, Mr. Toots Tuesdays, if we could get an update on what Mr. Toots did for the week, I would just love that. So,
You know, I mean, see,
that's
this is somebody who's actually being helpful. Because and you know, we tweak it a little bit because what we do is we would call it Toots Days.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, of course. You call it Toots Days, obviously. I mean, Troy, is that something you'd be interested in? Kind of keeping track of what Toots is up to, and then we celebrate it just for a couple minutes every Tuesday. We say we probably have to create a jingle.
Yeah,
and go. It's Toots Day.
Troy, I'm going to put you in charge of this.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Yeah.
Because maybe you could even collect some audio from Toots. Maybe like... And it's
I
actually,
have some documented, but I'll get some fresh ones.
That's great.
I took an adorable picture this morning. Look at him peeking by the sheets.
That's so cute.
Look at that. He wakes up in the morning and he just sees over the bed Mr. Toots is looking up.
You know what? Even though
over
it's
the
not
bed.
Toots Day, I don't mind that update.
Right. It's sometimes you do Toots Day on a Wednesday.
Because Clarice unfortunately still in the hospital, so I have to send her pictures.
Aw.
Look at this one.
Look, he's loafing.
He's loafing.
Yeah.
He's loafing. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. He's just staring right ahead.
Does he miss Clarice?
Yeah, he's acting weird.
He's just in an apartment with you.
And he's hungry for eggs.
He's hungry for
Hasn't
eggs.
had any eggs.
Oh.
Just some nude man walking around.
Yeah. Shitting with the door open.
Well.
Just thinking of that beautiful house in Greenwich.
Sometimes we shit together.
Ugh.
Me and Toots.
Ugh.
Toots comes into his box when I'm sitting.
You're like, aw.
It's so cute. And we look at each other. We're like, hey, how's it going? We're like,
If I see my cat in the bathroom, I will walk out and I'll be like, you do your thing. Yes.
I'll give you a moment.
Yeah, I'll give you a minute. I'll give you your privacy.
I'll give you a moment. Meanwhile, Toots is taking a shit. Troy's taking a shit.
Troy's like, move over.
Troy's looking at Toots going like, can you believe Biden left these astronauts up there? Toots is like, I know.
Meow. Eggs.
I know. It's the Democrats. I know.
I wish I could give you more eggs.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
I
Schumer.
see all this stuff. Yeah. Michelle Obama's pod, 13,000 views. That's it. That's all the views. I saw.
You think Troy talks to Toots?
Yeah, of course he does.
But not in like cute like.
No. He talks about all the politics, all the stuff that's hitting him on the algo. He's got to get it out.
Everything he sends to us in an email.
That's right.
He runs by Toots first.
He goes, Toots, I don't know if you were listening while I was watching, but Bill Maher made the best point the other day. And he's a classic liberal.
Toots, you see what the White House press secretary said?
Because Toots, here's the thing, Toots. Bill Maher didn't change. The party changed. Exactly.
Sam, I have a bit idea for Puma.
Oh boy.
Now it's a bit of a throwback, and we will need Troy's help.
Okay, I mean, I can assign Troy to tasks. I have
put
that.
him in a 55-gallon drum.
Now, Puma is slaying pussy all over the Chicago.
He's made that
area.
crystal
That's
clear.
confirmed.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh. We know that from Puma.
Yeah.
A new girl or two every day. Troy has retired his erections.
He doesn't even like him anymore. That's the other thing, Toots. I don't know where you're at with your erections, but me, I'm avoiding him at all costs.
Now you remember the up and down game.
Yeah.
We could have Puma
Okay,
do a daily spot where he calls in and tells an erotic story about his latest conquest, and we see if it can make Troy go up and down.
Mike.
Look, Mike, it's not like it doesn't work for this show. It's not a bad idea, but maybe on Sack Tap. You know what I mean?
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Fire up those phone lines.
I wouldn't mind, and I appreciate you giving us the idea first. If we don't like it, it's open.
Right of first refusal.
That's all. I just need right of first refusal.
Fridays, 8 p.m. on YouTube, the Up and Down Game with Puma and Troy, Sack Tap Live, at Mike's Golden Streams.
And Troy, I am going to assign you to jump on there with the Golden Stream. Weird that the algorithm hasn't picked that up yet.
Mike signed a first look deal with you, and
that's all. That's all I need is first look, and then if I don't take it,
Golden.
Kevin in Philly.
Mr. Montone had a great comment, a great O&A throwback comment, and I want to call attention to, in the Bobo era of the O&A days, there was a lunatic loser named Jordan that tried to vie for attention.
You talking about our
Remember
intern?
that guy? No, there was a guy, Jordan, who would call in and do karaoke and shit like that. Remember him? He was fighting with Bobo, and they would fight on the air? No?
No. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't. You look. Stuff gets blacked out and pushed out. I get it, Kev. It's very weird, like, having as much of what... I mean, it was 10 years plus, right? I mean, it was a long time, so there's a lot that I do not recall.
I have O&A autism. I apologize, guys.
No, it's all good. It's all, you know what? A lot of the fans do. Thank you, Kevin. Don in Philly.
Hey, what's up, boys? And Travis?
Oh, come on.
Nice. See, Don? See? That's listening with both ears.
Hey, probably truly one of the most boring calls you're going to have today, but I just wanted to call and tell you how great the show has been. The show has been on fire, and I can only imagine how difficult it is for you guys to semi-reinvent the show, but you've been picking up steam every week. I just love it. And Montone, you got to check that guy's IQ. He is so fast. He's faster than any comedians you have on the show. So that's it, guys.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Yes, and I do believe, and I don't know if it shows up in IQ. I think idiot savant is the term.
I don't know if you can test that.
I don't know how that's reflected in IQs, but it's very impressive nonetheless.
Hey, check the IQ of the guy who hosts Sack Tap.
On Mike's Golden Stream.
On the Golden Stream.
Well, how am I supposed to let them know that the streams are so good?
Right, no. That's how I took it. That's how I took it.
Better than bronze or silver.
Way better. First place.
Number one.
Number one, baby. Number one.
Can I tell a quick story?
Is it about Toots?
No, it's because you mentioned O&A, old guest from O&A.
Did you run it past Puma?
No, I didn't. I did not yet. Real quick, super quick.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
I was riding down 9th Avenue yesterday in Hell's Kitchen area. Saw Sandy Kane.
Oh.
Wow.
Pulled up to Sandy Kane. I'm like, hey, Sandy, how's it going? Good to see you. She looks at me like she had never seen me before and ran away.
Of course.
Ran away.
Why? She doesn't remember me.
No?
No, never. She emails me every day, but if I see her on the street, who the fuck are you? It's Travis from Jim and Sam. Travis from Sam Roberts, Opie and Anthony. Nothing. Like, you email me every day.
It was crazy. I was
She's like taking photos with you. She's obsessed with you when she's been in
she
here.
sees me, she's like, hey, Troy, like in studio, she's like, hey, Troy, how's it going? She literally looked at me like,
and she ran away?
Like she saw a ghost, and she ran.
Just in her bikini with her guitar.
She had her guitar and her wig and her hat.
And she's running away. One hand on the hat and the wig, one hand on the guitar.
And I'm like, Sandy. And like people are looking like, what the hell's going on?
You sound like John Travolta in Grease.
Sandy! Maybe for Sandy, this studio is like Severance, and once she walks
That's
out,
it.
she has no idea who any of us are.
Sandy just gets on the elevator. Yeah. That's why she can't believe what her Audi is up to.
Oh my god. Your Audi stands in Times Square naked.
Yeah. Once was sued by the naked cowboy. But your Audi's defense was, it's different. Cowboy and cowgirl. Different.
Yeah, maybe she just...
Wow.
Crazy. It was strange.
That's wild.
It's almost like she had like dementia or something. Like you're just like...
I mean, she's like 80.
Speaking of dementia, I was really hoping that you were going to retell the story that you told at the beginning of the show about seeing Club Soda Kenny. I was like, oh, please, I pray to God that he forgot that he already told us and just goes right back to, I saw Club Soda Kenny. Like, yeah. But so you saw, I mean, you're just riding these streets. You saw Club Soda Kenny. He remembered you.
I saw Club Soda Kenny. Of course. Hugs. I mean, I love.
And Sandy Kane ran away from
Sandy Kane. And then the other day, walking down 6th Avenue, saw Bill Burr. Didn't say anything. He kind of looked at me and just like, he looked like, he gave me the look like he maybe recognized me but didn't want to talk. Or
right.
Like, I might know that guy.
You didn't even give him a nod?
I was like, hey, he probably saw that I took a second take to see it was him.
He probably thought you were going to like punch him.
No.
Just
look at how you look.
Right, the look, the aesthetic.
And you're MAGA.
Definitely not MAGA.
I mean,
that's weird.
Really?
Travis, here's a Libs of TikTok link.
Well, I did a search.
I know.
Oh, you had it quick. You had it quick, though.
Yeah, you had it real quick.
And I like her. I like
her content. It's good content.
You should have said hi to Bill.
I should have. I should have said what's up. But
yeah.
He just looked like he was in no interest even.
Well, he's probably also. I mean, Bill's.
He gets stopped.
I'm sure he gets stopped all the time.
Yeah, but you actually know him.
Yeah.
Like Bill's at the point now.
I know him through you guys.
Dude, you've known him for 15 years.
Yeah. I mean, you've been here every time with him.
He probably did a double take at you because he's like, I know a guy who looks like that without a crazy goatee.
Right. I see those neck tattoos anywhere.
Yeah.
I should have said stop by the show.
You know what's
He's
great?
in town.
I know.
He's got the whole Broadway show.
Yeah.
It is great, though, that probably Bill Burr is like, why is Troy such a dick?
Yeah. Hey, Kenny, I saw Troy the other day.
I did, too. He gave me a big hug, Mr. Burr.
He didn't even stop.
He blew me off.
Oh, that's terrible. I hate to hear that. Fuck him. That's right, Kenny. Yeah.
Man, I hope they don't swap stories.
Me too.
So they would have different experiences.
They both should come in. Yeah. Kenny and Bill.
And bring Kieran Culkin while you're at it.
Yeah.
Why not?
He likes wrestling.
He likes wrestling.
That'd be sick.
I wonder if Kieran Culkin has ever been like, Bill, you know Sam Roberts, the wrestling guy?
I doubt he's ever said
And Bill's like, no, the radio guy. What do you mean the wrestler? Oh, he does both of these things? Man, that guy's so rad. You think so? Like during like
Jess, you think that?
Like during rehearsal? Like you think that that's what they're saying?
No.
Yes, honey. I think that's what they're saying.
Yeah, probably.
I could see it. I could see it. I think so. Oh, he's so awesome.
Bill, check out this clip of this guy that I watched.
Oh, whoa, I know that dude. Check out this clip. Man, talk about best of both worlds.
Bob Odenkirk's like, what are you guys talking about?
Oh, we gotta turn you on to this dude. Oh, I think I've seen him before.
Wasn't he in that Chris Rock movie?
Yeah, that's him. Who are you guys talking about?
Just this actor, podcaster, radio host.
And then Michael McKean comes over. What are you guys talking about? They're like, nothing, Michael. None of your business.
Get out of here.
Why do you guys ostracize me? I've created this whole social dynamic.
I can see.
Go back to sleeping under the tinfoil sheets, Michael. We don't want anything to do with you. Oh, man. I think so. I think there's a almost 100% chance that that's exactly or close to exactly how it's gone down.
At least 90%.
Yeah, 90 is a low estimate, in my opinion. But look, that's just my opinion ultimately. We should take a break. We got a lot to cover today, and we've only covered some of it so far. I haven't tackled all the items in front of me. And Sirius has put out the edict that we need to be knocking out topics daily. So there are more topics to be knocked out. Stay right there. We'll be back.
We'll be right back with Sam Roberts Show. We're back with Sam Roberts Show.
I mean, they were playing 8 days a week in the bathroom.
All right, we're doing Yelka. And then when you left the bathroom, they started playing the Monkees.
So, see?
I'm a believer.
Yeah.
That's the Monkees cover of the Smash Mouth song.
It might fade it out before it kicked in.
Yeah.
I know. I thought we were going to do a little bit on local sports radio people, but we ended up going so deep down the Mike Francesa rabbit hole that I needed to pull the brakes. But I did not forget that Chicago has their own drama going on right now. If you remember, several weeks ago at this point, we were talking about this guy, Dan Bernstein,
Bernie.
That's not what he likes to be called by people he doesn't like. And Mike, I don't think he would like you.
No, I'm one of the Bernie Bros.
You are.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that what Bernie Bro is about?
That's what we call it.
Yes, Travis, it's the same guy. So here's the backstory, right? This guy hates Barstool. And he's being critical of Barstool. You know, he doesn't like the whole bro culture. There's plenty of people like that, whatever. But he's been vocal about it. You know, people know. And Barstool, a big part of their operation, moved to Chicago. Big Cat moved out there. So a bunch of Barstool people are out there. And in that move, somehow, whatever, the local sports radio station ended up doing, I think, a fill-in show on the midday slot, which leads into Dan Bernstein's afternoon slot. And so this guy from Barstool ended up being one of the fill-in guys. And this all starts with him going like, we're going to throw it to Bernsey. I believe it was Bernsey. Bernsey. Okay. We're going to throw it to Bernsey, which is what I used to call C. Montgomery.
Yeah.
You know? Happy birthday, dear Bernsey. Smithers, who were those men?
Have the Rolling Stones. Okay, I remember.
So this is Bernsey, and he flipped out on this Barstool guy for calling him Bernsey, even though the Barstool guy was like being nice about it. He was kind of just like throwing it to the next, like on those terrestrial radio stations. Sometimes they'll do. They used to do it on CNN when Chris Cuomo would throw it to Don Lemon.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And they'd have that nice little crossover.
They were having a good time together.
So yeah, so this is just to take you back. This is the original clip.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, just to bring you up to speed on what started this whole thing. This is the dude from Barstool throwing it to Bernsey, which is his nickname. Bernsey is his nickname.
Do you have to like know him for a certain amount of time before you can call him that?
Apparently, that was never clarified before this moment.
Who wants to see that, especially after you had the ghost pepper?
Horoscope guy Bernstein?
No. Oh, no? God, no.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you can
It
call
always
me,
has
you can call me Dan or you can call me Bernsey, but you don't know me like that.
Oh, okay. Hit pause.
What?
Okay, so it's Bernstein. It wasn't even it's his government. It's his last name. And by the way, the name of the show is Bernstein. Like it's so-and-so and Bernstein. So he didn't call him Dan.
Yeah, the host of Bernstein and Holmes.
Bernstein and Holmes.
Don't call me that.
Don't Bernstein and Holmes, but don't you dare call me Bernstein. Like what? So yeah, so like they're having a great time talking about ghost peppers or whatever the hell they're talking about. And the other guy called him Bernstein, but because this Barstool guy doesn't know him, he's only allowed to call him.
You don't know me like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you can
It
call
always
me,
has
you can call me Dan or you can call me Bernsey, but you don't know me like that.
Got it. Eddie got you. Eddie's there with you. Here's what I saw over in the corner here at Ralph.
Hey, there's by the way
Well,
one
he
of
must be joking.
one of my favorite sounds that humans can make is that very awkward, cringy chuckle when they realize like this is too like in the moment that's too weird to be serious, and then before the chuckle's over, they realize, oh my god, he's being serious. Like what the?
He's 100%.
What the hell is this guy's problem?
He's not joking.
Right.
He doesn't want me to call him his name.
Right. So, of course, this moment happened, and, well, you know, Barstool did what Barstool does, which is make sure that the world outside of the Chicago market was very well aware of what an asshole Dan Bernstein was being. You know, although, you know, don't call him Bernstein.
No.
Don't call him Bernstein. You call him Bernstein, but don't call him Bernstein. And so I guess I had forgotten about this. Obviously, you had forgotten about this, Travis. I mean, Mike, had you even been thinking about this at all?
I hadn't given him one thought.
Right, because we had fun with it even on this show for like the first couple of days because he was, you know, getting prank calls on his radio show and he was getting shit on Twitter and everything. And it's like, okay, that's fun that this all happened. And it goes back to what we were talking about at the beginning of the show where he brought this upon himself. Like it was his own bad decisions. It was his ego and his stupid way of dealing with his feelings that led to him being the asshole. And once he's the asshole, you've now opened the door to allow people to fuck with you. If you're the asshole and you don't like apologize, you don't make it better, you don't change your ways, you just kind of justify your assholeness, you leave the door open. And apparently this was news to me. They've been fucking with him on Twitter ever since. Like everything he posts, he gets fucked with. And it's been weeks and weeks and weeks. I had forgotten he ever existed. And he's just getting fucked with every time he posts.
Well, because you have to understand the dynamic of the Stoolies.
Sure.
Are guys who, they're working like office jobs and shit. You get so fucking bored when you're doing that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, you're there, let's fuck around a little bit on social media, have some fun. Barstool was telling me about this jerk-off in Chicago. He's all over social media. The paths cross.
And that's what it is, too. It's not like you know, people who are on the internet all day, every day, going into like the underground message boards and really trying to. It's just normal dudes that have office jobs that see this. Oh, this is the guy we're fucking with on Twitter. That's fun. It'll pass the time until 5, and I'll go home and see my family.
And so many of them probably already followed him to begin with because he's a sports guy in Chicago.
Yeah.
So that's a big chunk of the population, so that probably increases the virality of anything that he's going to do a little bit.
But apparently he was also like opinionated. Well, obviously opinionated. He's on the radio, but he's like a little bit political as well, like left-leaning political. So, and he's obnoxious about it. So there were people that were already like, ugh, like I don't like when he gets obnoxious. And then once he is perceived to be attacking them, they go, oh, okay, we can fuck with you on Twitter now.
Give us a reason.
Right. It's like Vindog, the guy who just will meme ward you to death. But so the reason I found out that he was still getting fucked with on Twitter is because he started clapping back, and it's like, I mean, it's just lesson number 101 is don't clap back. But apparently he has a sensitivity, which of all the things, because you know you want to fuck with somebody, but you don't want to cross the line, right? You don't want to go like, okay, now we were joking around. That's a little too far. You're hurting feelings. You're messing with this guy's whole life. Like, you don't want to go that far. But sometimes you cross the line and go that far without anyone ever being able to guess that was crossing the line.
Yeah, I was going to say, could you have possibly realized at the time, oh, this is going to be the thing?
Like, I mean, I'm just thinking like, you know, if I'm fucking with you, Travis, because we're friends and whatever, we fuck around and like friends with benefits, I think they call it.
Yeah.
And you're posting something about fishing, and I just write like, you know, this is totally faked. This is AI. You suck. And you like text me going, what the fuck? What are you doing, dude? And I'm like, what? Like I forgot I even sent that. But Dan Bernstein, apparently that's what his reaction would be. Because he tweets out, I believe the first tweet was him tweeting out, this was a hell of a fight. And he's holding up a big fish. Which, I mean...
Not the movie.
Right. Because that's a hard to find DVD.
Yeah.
So I would say that I'd be in a Walmart section next to a $5 bin, and I go, this was a hell of a fight. And it's a big fish DVD that I'm holding up.
And you just want to let everybody know.
I got it. There was one in there. It's only $5, and I got it. And I'm bringing it home. Physical media is alive, well, and thriving. That's my thing.
But no.
Bernsey is a fisherman. It's a different deal.
I like how you're calling him Bernsey.
I know.
That's respectful. No, that's respectful because you don't know.
Oh, that's right.
him.
I don't know. I keep forgetting what you're supposed to call him. But I'll call him Bernsey out of respect.
Yeah.
So Bernsey loves to fish. And then Eddie Barstool, who I think was the guy who was filling in. So he's like very much like he's the one who started this all. He tweets out this video that says, ho hum, just a normal day for Bernsey. And if you look, you'll have to pause as you go, Travis, because there's no audio, but I'll have to read it. The first reply is from Sports Expert that says...
I can, this one's a little...
Easier?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Sports Expert that says, wow, man, fatty, will you eat that? I was surprised to find out how good fresh pike tasted.
Totally normal.
That's fine.
Yeah, just asking.
I don't see anything wrong with that. Walleye is amazing. Okay. This guy writes, LOL, that isn't walleye. That is a female northern pike that was getting ready to spawn, but instead Dan killed it and seems proud of it. LOL, that's not a walleye. That's a female northern pike that was getting ready to spawn. So you're saying this was a mother who was pregnant.
Yeah.
But Dan decided to kill it and is happy that he killed this female fish that was getting ready to birth fish. And of course, instead of reading it going like, okay, this is just a fucking asshole.
Mute
or just literally ignore. You don't even have to digitally ignore. Sometimes you can just actually ignore. Bernsey tweets back, oh, you know that he's serious, and says, what the entire fuck is wrong with you? It was released successfully. Took off like a torpedo. Go fuck yourself. So
you think Bernsey has a lot of anger inside?
So much anger. I mean, he's venomous. It goes back to what Troy was saying yesterday, that for whatever reason, these radio guys that have found success in this industry, and there are varying degrees of success, but if you have a regular gig, afternoons in Chicago, you did it, dude. You fucking did it. This is a difficult industry to get into. It's an even more difficult industry to survive in 2025. And afternoons in Chicago are one of those gigs. Like, you did it.
That's a great gig.
It's an incredible gig.
For sports?
Yeah. And you're like you're a name there.
And you're in Chicago. Chicago loves sports.
Yeah. It's a great city, great market, great everything.
Got that bean.
They got that big bean. You're walking around every day. Like, it's a funhouse mirror. It's so fun.
And that good McDonald's.
You got the good McDonald's.
That's right, the McDonald's.
Yeah, you go up in a building and you're like, oh, I'm in this glass box. It's great. They have one of the best state flags. Chicago state flag rules, but the stars.
First of all, I don't mean to correct you. Chicago's not a state.
Chicago's a state, yes?
No, it's a city.
Really?
Yeah. You're thinking of the Illinois state flag?
No, I'm thinking of the Chicago city flag.
Let me do Chicago.
Flag of Chicago.
City.
The flag of Chicago. Flag. But that's the other thing, too.
This one?
Yeah. That flag rules.
I guess. It's a little South Korea-y.
No, that's not what South Korea looks like. And by the way, South Korea is the good one anyway.
And this is not a state flag.
But the fact that they love their city so much that when you go to Chicago, that's the flag that's everywhere.
Do all cities have flags?
Nobody even knows.
Yeah.
Nobody knows except the Chicago flag. And by the way, like, you're going to go like, oh, you only know about the Chicago flag because CM Punk has it on his trunks. That's not true.
That's what it is.
That's not true. No, that's not true.
I thought he was just wearing stars.
Stars and bars?
Hell yeah.
I mean,
hell yes. No.
Up until right now.
Up until today.
Up until today.
Right.
I would have been like, oh, that's just like the design that they gave.
But now that no, that's a Chicago. That's all Chicago. But now that you know,
yeah.
Like when we were in Chicago for O&A or whatever.
Yeah.
That Chicago flag is everywhere. They love the Chicago flag.
I'll see it now.
Yeah, you absolutely will see it. And it's a great flag.
It is.
And so he's got everything working for him.
Bernsey.
Bernsey. But instead, for whatever reason, some of these radio guys they just have a pit of misery living inside their bodies. And so they still have to be angry. He's out fishing and he's asking somebody what in the entire fuck is wrong with you. Oh, go fuck yourself. I let that fish go and it swam away. Who cares? This isn't PETA. This isn't the nature reserve. This is Greg. This is a guy.
He's verified, though.
He's verified. Yeah, so you know that it's important.
Spending that $50.
Right. Is it 50 for just for the check?
$50 a month now.
Wow.
For Twitter Premium.
Whoa.
$50.
It's crazy.
No way.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say $50 a year.
No. Go into Twitter right now.
Yep.
If you're signed in.
Yep.
And click go premium or whatever, and you'll see.
I don't know where to click that.
He's an older guy, Travis. He just looks at what's in front of him.
Yeah, that's true. You just gotta take my word for it, buddy.
Oh, premium. Here we go.
And let's see what it says.
$32.92 a month.
$32.92
for the open
for premium, and you could do 84.
Oh, that's because it is going up.
Oh, it's going to go up.
Yeah. Wait, hang on. Monthly $40
Premium
a month.
Plus.
There you go. Premium Plus is $40 a month right now. And what do you?
I have seen some other people show that it's $50. That their
it's
thing.
funny because your price is different than mine.
Oh, that's weird.
Plus? Let me see yours.
Did you switch over to monthly?
Yeah, go to monthly.
Oh,
that's the annual, so you get the discount.
Okay.
But I have seen people screenshot
that. I think you're right. I think it's going to.
It's
50
going up to $50
because they want you to use Grok.
Netflix is $20.
I wish it was Gronk AI.
That's the only AI I trust.
And they just tell you things that Gronk would tell you.
Every math question is 69.
Right. Gronk AI. What's 7 times 7? 69. Okay. Thanks. Okay, so he really put Greg in his place.
And Greg replied.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Okay, Greg says, with that dried blood on the gills. Sure it did, Dan. Liar.
So he's saying it did not take off like a torpedo.
Right. And there is blood. There is dry blood on the gills. But I mean, see, there it is. I mean, it's bleeding from the gills. And that fish.
Where do fish breathe from?
Gills.
Okay.
And he's holding on to it.
He's holding on to it.
That's a problem.
That looks like that looks like a dead fish eye. It doesn't look glossy. It doesn't look like it's darting around.
No life in it.
Nope.
No. I think if you put that fish in the water, it would sink to the bottom. Bloop. And by the way, you know what fish
float upside down.
You know, yeah, that's right. That's right. That's top of the bowl. That's top of the bowl stuff right there. You know what fish breathe out of when they're out of water? Nothing. They're suffocating. And you're taking photos. He called him a liar. Greg called him a liar. Okay, so then I'm sure that at that point Bernsey left it alone. Oh, no, he did not leave it alone. He writes, like a shot. Like that's how fast the fish moved, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I never... Are you laughing, Danielle, because there's no reason to defend this?
It's just so, like what?
Like let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a shot. I never respond to trolls.
That's a lie. There's no way this is the first time.
Yeah, I've got examples of it in front of me. But questioning my sportsmanship and conservation awareness sets me off. Okay, so if there's two things I refuse to be questioned on, it's my degree of sportsmanship, which I didn't realize going fishing by yourself was also sportsmanship. And also, there's one thing, and this is the same way I am. You can make fun of me for a lot of things. But the second you question my level of conservation awareness, we're going to fight.
You just made an enemy.
Yeah, and that's what he says. Questioning my sportsmanship and conservation awareness sets me off. Want to fight?
No.
I'm a bad enemy. Fucker.
Dan. Take it down like 8 notches.
You're a sports jock, dude. You got the gig of a lifetime.
Want to fight?
All you got to do is walk into a studio and spend a few hours a day talking about sports. Everything else, you can just go on the lake and kill as many fish as you want. I don't care if they're pregnant. I don't care what they're bleeding from. You can do whatever you want. But he's Brett Michaels challenging Axl Rose at the VMAs to a fight. He's challenging him to a fight. Okay,
I see Greg replies.
No, he doesn't.
Probably apologizing.
Okay, because he's a bad enemy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want Bernsey as an enemy. By the way, we're on Bernsy's side here. We do not want Bernsey as an enemy. And as far as conservation awareness and sportsmanship, Bernsey is top of the heap.
You don't question a man's sportsmanship.
Not when they bring it up as one of their key points. Greg writes, oh, Jesus Christ. Greg writes, you are a 5'7", 165-pound fat boy. You really worry me as a bad enemy. By the way, your language continues to give you away as a very base, juvenile person. So now he's saying you're fat and immature. And also, he didn't say short, but 5'7" is below average height for a man.
I think that's a fine height.
5'7"?
Yeah.
Well, 5'7", 165 is not a good ratio.
I would not want to be 165.
But 5'7".
5'7's cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
And a lot of women say 5'7" is the ideal height.
They say it's the perfect height, so they don't have to reach too high up to give kisses.
I got you. Most women want to be taller than their men.
Richie Aprile wasn't very tall, but he wore that jacket with the belt, and he was like Rommel.
That's right. I remember that. Nobody fight. Just ask Beansy. Ask Beansy if he paid him back.
Rocky DeMeo.
That's right.
Had a reputation for being the toughest guy in Essex County.
That's right. Yes, he did. Yes, unfortunately, he was killed by a woman. But
she had a gun.
Yeah, and Janice Soprano she was legendary.
All right, Dan replies.
Oh, Dan decided to reply. Because he's now being accused of being immature. By the way, I like that
How instant do you think these replies are?
This interaction is over the course of mere minutes. But I like that you're hiding it. I feel like I'm ripping a pack of cards.
Oh yeah.
And we know where the insert is. So we're going slowly. And now since that insert, I saw some gold. Let's go from the back. And then we're sliding it down, right? We're sliding it down. We're sliding it down. Oh my God, it's 1 of 1. Oh my God. Okay. Let's see what Dan has to say to Greg. Well, Jesus Christ. Where he really is. He's going full Vince Neil VMAs. He's saying, where you at? which I think was the Boost Mobile signature phrase.
I thought that was a Beck song.
Where it's at. That's where it's at. That was when Beck made the declaration that he had 2 turntables and a microphone.
Sam, you're right again.
I believe that it was Ludacris that said, "Where you at? The whole city behind us."
That's right.
Right?
Yes.
Dan Burnsy says, "Where you at? Okay, this is great. I have your address and phone numbers. Wanted all public. Do I worry you yet?"
Bro.
I mean, this is a very odd thing, right? Burnsy is a public figure who, like, clearly has people that want to fuck with him. I would not threaten to dox people because it would be so much worse if he got doxed.
Yeah.
But this is what he's saying. He's like, okay, you point out my height again, I will leak your home address and phone numbers. Even if you think I have the wrong one, I'll put all of them out. And it's not even like I'll show up at your house. It says wanted all public. Like, I'm going to post your private information. What he's saying is I'm going to dox you.
Yeah. How about a doxing?
Like, if you keep saying that I did not release this fish back into the water, say it. Say I released the fish back into the water, or I will dox your private information and let the world know your home address and phone numbers.
Well, it's not about just one fish. It's about his reputation as a sportsman and a conservationist.
I didn't think about that because there is the thing. Like, people, it's like, they go, how did you get so successful at Chicago radio? He goes, well, mainly my sportsmanship and my abilities as a known conservationist. Yeah.
And don't question me on either.
And don't question me on either. I'm a bad enemy. I'll find your private information and I'll post it publicly. Okay. Right. So he responded to that. I figured he'd run in panic.
You thought Greg was going to back down?
I thought Greg would shut his Twitter account down. He does not.
Not from this fight.
Okay. What does he say? Not one bit. I'm very transparent on where I live. Okay. Oh. And then instead of just leaving it alone, which this is the point where Burnsy can walk away. Just walk away. You've threatened to dox a man. You're way past the point of no return. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Are you kidding me? Is this a real tweet?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Public person, radio personality Dan Bernstein asks, and again, this is based on the fact that this guy, Greg, made the claim that Dan Burnsy, and I don't want to get on his bad side because I see he's a bad enemy. Burnsy, he's saying he killed the fish. Burnsy is saying, I let the fish back in the water. Burnsy is now asking Greg, this is on Twitter, do you want your kids involved?
With what?
You want your kids involved? He's saying that unless you give me what I'm owed as a known sportsman and
conservationist and apparently member of the Sinaloa cartel.
Unless you publicly declare that I am every bit the sportsman and conservationist that I say I am, your kids, your children will feel my wrath. Which, I mean, is a wild thing. You know, I'm somewhat of a public figure, and, you know, sometimes I'll put out a wrestling hot take, you know, and people will go like, that's bullshit, you don't know what you're talking about.
Ooh.
And that's too far for me, because I know what I'm talking about, okay? I watch a lot of wrestling, and I'll tell them, either take that back and tell everybody I do know what I'm talking about in my pro wrestling opinions, or I'll tell everyone where you live, and I'll attack your children.
No, you don't say.
That's what I say.
Actually, that's a measured response.
Yeah, I think it's measured because I do know about wrestling.
Yeah, no, you do.
And sometimes when people say you don't know about wrestling, I go, okay, all right, well, you better know where your kids are because I do. That's what I say.
Dan
I know.
followed this up real quick.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
What does he say? Okay, he probably takes it back. Oh, wow, he writes up to you. Up to you. He's waiting for a reply. And look, I love, too, that all these screen grabs, to answer your question, Troy, I'm sorry, Travis, all these screen grabs, they all were taken 11 hours after they were posted, which means they were all posted in the same hour, which means rapid fire.
Just like,
yeah.
Just refresh.
He probably just thought they were texting.
Right,
He forgot this was on Twitter.
He did forget.
I'm surprised Dan just didn't text him. He's got his number.
I got your number. Hey,
let's take this offline.
Wanted to take this offline, but please Please post I'm a good sportsman or your kids are going to feel it.
Oh, then he followed.
No, there's not another one. Yep. Wow. He says, just say I'm sorry for being a dick and I'll stop. He's still in it. He's still in it. Oh. He's no. There's no replies to these. He's the one replying. I guess your cowardly silence is, I'm sorry for being a dick. Cool. I mean, your MAGA worms are so lame. Oh, he hates his MAGA worms.
MAGA worms. Troy,
you.
Talking about you.
Why are you bringing me into this?
Because you're a MAGA worm.
Yeah, you're a MAGA worm.
You're a MAGA worm, dude. You didn't know? I asked Bernsey, and he said, yeah, Troy is a MAGA worm.
Oh, good. Finally.
Oh, Greg responded.
Greg was probably busy.
He was like, well, I was taking a piss, dude.
Calm down.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, and this is where things get elevated. But it's also like, do not put yourself in a position where somebody can easily do this to you. Greg responds. First, I'm going to read the text.
Go ahead.
He responds, Dan, how would you feel if someone threatened your children? You did. Except in front of that, he tags at Mitch Rosen 670. I'm assuming that's the person in charge of...
That's the operations director and vice president of sports radio station 670 The Score.
And where does Bernsey do his show?
670 The Score.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's his boss, colloquially?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna get in trouble.
Hey, Sam, I'm getting some weird tweets about you threatening people's kids because, yeah, McClure, they told me I wasn't a sportsman. They said I killed the fish. I didn't kill the fish. Yeah, you can't threaten people's kids, Sam. You can't. No, I said the kids will get. He didn't say I'm sorry. He didn't say.
You know, you didn't hear him.
You said it was up to him.
I said it's up to him, McClure. Why are you mad at me? I understand. We're going to have to take you off the air for a little bit.
No, I got it.
Unfortunately, it's not just at Mitch Rosen 670. He also at FBI Chicago. Oh, that's not the female body inspector, is it?
According to a T-shirt I own, it is.
I own. I believe it's the Federal Bureau of Investigation. So yeah, as it turns out, and I don't know for sure if it's a coincidence or not, this week there's plenty of time for fishing. Dan Bernstein is on vacation.
What?
From 670 The Score this week.
Is this planned?
Well, they haven't commented on whether or not it was planned. I don't know if this is the right fishing season. I'm not a fisherman, the way Bernsey is, but he is on vacation. And also, he was on the board of directors for a charity.
No.
He was. Past tense.
Oh.
He's been taken off the board of directors of that charity. Yeah. 670 Store host, he's off the air, they say, after social media threats. I mean, why would you get this mad?
So mad.
You just don't question a man's sportsmanship.
I guess that's the lesson here. What's the takeaway? Well, if I'm a conservationist, don't bring that into question.
Oh, it's a local children's cancer charity. Yeah. They dropped him from the board of directors. In an update on its website, the charity wrote, recently Dan Bernstein, and at least they're saying Bernstein.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, they're not supposed to.
They're not. They put his full government out there, and he hates that. He hates that.
Recently, Dan Bernstein made comments on social media that don't reflect our shared commitment to supporting children and their families. Oh, that's right. He threatened kids.
He threatened children, and, and this is a children's charity.
Well, he didn't threaten them with cancer, though.
No, that's probably his defense.
Guys,
well, he didn't specify. He just asked if they would get involved.
Oh, yeah. Your children he may have been involved. Like, I'm going to give your kids some presents.
Right.
Yeah.
I do children's charity work.
Yeah. I'm also a magician. I'll do your party for free.
Whatever you need. Whatever you need. I didn't say pro or con.
Yeah, if he threatened to blow cigarette smoke in their face and make them sit outside in the sun all day slathered in baby oil, it'd be a different situation.
That's a different story. So, what was it?
What was what?
The rest of the quote?
Oh, the comments that he made on social media don't reflect our shared commitment to supporting children and their families. As a result, we've removed him from our board of directors.
Temporarily?
No. Probably forever.
Oh.
Or maybe pending investigation.
In a twist on the story, former 670 The Score star Danny Parkins, who left to host an FS1 show in New York City, went to bat for Bernsey.
Oh.
What an awful decision. Dan has raised how much for your worthy cause? Oh, okay. So he's saying Dan has raised all this money. Who cares if he's threatening kids on Twitter? and he said, and it wasn't threatening all kids. It was that guy's kids specifically.
Yeah, he doesn't hate all kids.
No. Just that guy's kids. He hates them.
Well, he maybe doesn't even hate them. Maybe he just thinks that they need to die for the sins of their father.
Maybe, but he didn't say die. He did, but maybe. Look, they're the offspring of a man that would bring up someone's sportsmanship.
Yeah.
So the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You know, that you do have to also bring up.
Yeah, we can't have that DNA continuing to
no,
reproduce.
None of these kids that he raises money for had parents that would question a man's sportsmanship.
The bloodline must end.
That's right. That's right. Because the fish...
the bloodline must end.
Here's the thing about the fish. It's like a torpedo, man. It went fast. All right? And this guy over here is saying it didn't go at all. It was dead. He said that fish is dead. Pregnant fish, and it's dead. He said it's like a torpedo, like a bullet out of a gun. He doesn't understand. So... that's the update on Dan Bernsey.
So he's doing good.
He's doing great. And he's just at home seething right now. I hope he doesn't hear this.
I don't think he had... I haven't seen an update. And
No.
I know Mike, really...
Well, he's our correspondent on this beat.
Resident Bernsey bro.
Yeah, he's our Bernsey bro.
Who would have thought that a radio host pursuing his hobby could lead to a series of social media posts that would torpedo his career?
Yeah, no.
I've simply never seen it before. Mike, some things are unprecedented in this industry.
Indeed.
No, I didn't say... Okay. But I did release the fish.
Problem with violence in the walleye community.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You're 100% right. So let's take a break, okay? Now that we've digested that and
I
gotten
wonder
an
what happened to
update.
Greg Messenger.
I hope he's doing well.
Oh, I'm sure he's doing great.
You know what he does? He wakes up every morning like this.
Oh, you know what? Our boss, Mr. McClure,
Oh, yeah?
is pointing out that the start of March Madness is always a great time for a sports guy to take a break.
Oh, my God. He went through that drought. The NFL season is over. March Madness hasn't begun yet. I got to do a daily show. He goes through that drought. And you know when my next planned vacation is? First week of March Madness. Just a regular sports guy doing regular stuff. Nothing to see here.
I'll be back in April.
Yeah, exactly. No. We'll come back for the finals, I think. Well, best of luck to world-renowned sportsman and conservationist Dan Bernsey in Chicago. We love him. He's great. He's great. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Stay there.
We will be right back with Sam Roberts Show. We're back with Sam Roberts Show.
Or you could just go on Ticketmaster and search it out and scoop
Hope you
up
didn't
the
want
tickets.
VIP.
Oh, those are gone. Those are gone. You got to get them all now.
Hope you didn't want table seating in GA2.
Those are gone. Those are gone. They're going. You got to get these tickets. I mean,
Plus, you said Stone Cold's going to be there?
that's not confirmed.
I mean,
It's less than a month away now already. It's already less than a month away. A month from now, it's WrestleMania proper.
$25 to see Stone Cold?
I don't know for sure if Stone Cold will be there. Wow. I can't. I mean, he's only confirmed to even be in town Saturday and Sunday. This is Thursday, so do not. We don't know.
I'm sure he's got time.
Did you see John Cena disappoint that little fat Belgium kid?
You could have just said, a kid.
No, it's that kid. That kid. Did you see it? No. I mean, he's iconic now. He's the greatest. I think if you go to WWE's Instagram account, they posted an Instagram reel of just the thing. So John Cena turned heel.
Yeah.
You know, John Cena's like the good guy of all good guys in wrestling, and he turned heel. And he said that it was because the fans had been so awful to him. He said they're all awful people. They're all nasty to him. And they've always been nasty to him. And there is a kernel of truth in that, like they, yep.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no, you did the right thing. There is a kernel of truth in that, even when he was a good guy, they were booing him and everything. It was terrible. So he said, in his promo that he cut on Monday, where he explains why he's a bad guy now, he explained that, everybody's been awful to him. That this is that he said.
This was news to me, by the way.
That people have been awful to him?
I thought we were all being great.
Well, now. But he said too little, too late.
Oh, like.
He said throughout.
Really?
He said, I kept winning, and it was never enough. He said he's been in an abusive relationship with the fans. His relationship with the fans has been an abusive relationship. And he said he's done. He said that's why he's not going to change his gear. He said that people want him to, change his gear into so he's a bad guy.
Oh, okay. To
but he goes, but I'm not doing that for you.
Yeah, he didn't change.
He said everybody, yeah, and he said so. And he said
he didn't like when we did the invisible joke.
And then he said too, you've been making the same joke about me being invisible for 15 years, and you think it's funny?
It is.
It's not funny.
It's hilarious. I've seen his prom picture.
He said it's not funny,
and then people say "Oh, this poor girl went to prom by herself."
He hates that. I didn't know he hated it. I didn't know because last time we saw him when he was in here, we thought it was
one of the nicest guys in the world.
He hated that joke the whole time. He told us
he probably hated the interview you did with him.
You mean because he said he liked it so much?
Yeah,
maybe.
Who knows?
He seemed like he was having a great time, but like you said, it's all up in the air now.
Seemed like
good
actor.
Exactly. It's all up in the air. We don't know. Left is right, up is down. It's a crazy time. But he talks about how he hates everybody that booed him. But, everybody, they cheer him, too. They buy his T-shirts and everything.
Yeah.
And then he said this. He said, and the people that support me, I hate you even more.
Troy, you're going to love this.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm setting up. This is great.
No more!
He's hang on. Hit pause. I need to really lay in the foundation for this. He said that he hates the people who support him even more because the people that support him, they've been getting his T-shirt and they've been getting his hat and they've been basically objectifying him. They don't look at him like a human being. He said when he announced his retirement, everybody said, "What are we going to get? What are we going to get? What are we going to get from Cena here? What are we going to get from Cena here?" And he said, "Nobody asked me, how do you feel?" Right? So he said even his supporters, even if you buy his T-shirts,
grown man, we don't need to ask.
He literally said, "I'm breaking up with you." To the audience, he said, "I'm breaking up with all of you, especially the people who are buying my T-shirts." He goes, "Especially the ones wearing my T-shirts." He said, "I hate you."
Can I ask you an objective question?
Yeah,
because I didn't watch. I saw the clips, but I wasn't watching this live.
Okay.
Is this working?
Yeah, 100%.
It is? Okay.
There's some people who will
because I saw the beginning, everybody was still cheering him because they thought the idea of him turning was awesome.
No, he got him. He got him hook, line, and sinker. And it's happening in a very modern way where he's using all that
TikTok stuff.
All that psychology language.
Right. Okay.
That's not really
there have been times where the audience doesn't do what you think they're going to do.
No, 100%.
And you
then
can't do the turn.
No, the real telling thing was, because you're right, the last thing you want is for this heel turn to actually happen, and then everybody starts cheering this guy, and it's we just made him cooler. And I think that's why he's not going to, change his gear into something different, change his music,
because the audience can dictate what happens.
100%.
So, yeah.
100%.
The Rock and
do.
Hogan.
100%. Look at The Rock now. He didn't come back to be a heel.
No, it's true.
You know what I mean?
They had
he
to
didn't
change
come back.
the whole idea.
But the real telling thing was, at the end of this, they had Cody Rhodes come out. And, that's the risk. It's not just that they cheer John Cena. It's if they boo Cody, we're fucked.
Yeah.
But, they went nuts when Cody came out.
Okay.
It's very much he's the good guy, he's the bad guy, and everybody's just on board.
And Cody was like, "What's up, everybody?"
Going on. That's not what he sounds like. And if he heard you say that, he would hate you for the rest of your life.
Does he have a lisp?
No.
Okay, that's it.
So, in John Cena's whole speech where he's talking about how he doesn't like the audience anymore, this thing happened in front of all of us.
Talk about off the cuff.
Just whew.
Really,
and it's a forever.
Laying it in.
This is this kid's forever now.
Yep. All right, Troy, you ready?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No more! This
everybody, including that one kid right there, is a toxic, dysfunctional relationship.
We're just looking at this kid. He's like, what? Me?
Where? This is where?
This is in Brussels,
Okay.
Belgium.
This kid has never been to a wrestling event.
Never. No way.
This is something you wait your whole life, even at this age.
Bro.
You wait your whole, like, the WWE doesn't come here?
Dude, he just bought that stuff. That is the event stuff.
The sticker's still on the shirt.
That's the merchandise of this is John Cena's last time in Brussels. So you got to get it while you're in Brussels. He literally just bought the hat, just bought the shirt, put it on. John Cena came out in the first segment. He just bought that. He just sat down. And John Cena's like, you're a toxic, dysfunctional person. And he's like, what?
Poor kid.
I mean, look at
Augustus.
And everyone's like, this is... I posted a picture of him going, this is me watching John Cena. Except this is actually a kid watching John Cena.
Also, I mean, I don't know if they give awards for directing or camera work.
I mean,
or whatever. But whoever called Camera 5 right now,
and they don't. It's not John Cena doesn't have an earpiece.
No, of course not.
It's not like they can tell him, "Holy shit, we got a kid. You got to say something about that kid." Like they happen to. I mean, all things.
But I mean, to get a camera on that specific kid,
that kid right there, and then,
with that reaction,
and then for Cena, go back because he goes, "All of you," because you never hear this, right? When these wrestlers turn heel. They go, I don't like any of you fans anymore. They never go, that kid right there.
The only way you could have made it worse if he said that fat kid over there.
I mean,
No more! This, everybody, including that one kid right there, is a toxic, dysfunctional relationship.
What?
Oh, you don't want to hear it. It's too tough for you.
I mean, the audience. Can you decipher what they're chanting?
No, I can't.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh.
Shut the fuck up.
I thought it was German.
No, it's
they're speaking the Queen's language.
Yeah. And they're in Belgium, by the way. Okay. Chanting shut the fuck up is what they're chanting. And this kid's like, what? What? Me? I'm the kid?
Poor kid.
And he was like wearing the same exact outfit.
Exact same thing.
Exact
He's
same
twinning.
outfit.
He loves him.
He's like, I'm dressed like my hero today. And his hero said, I hate you.
Mother, I cannot wait to go to see John Cena. Yeah, you just wait, kid.
Yeah. Right there. Front row, baby. We got you in the front row.
Has anyone talked to this kid?
No. I'm trying to get him on the pod.
Fly him in.
Oh, yeah.
Come to the basement.
Yeah, can we get you in Vegas? Are you going to be at WrestleMania? Honestly, he deserves a trip to Vegas after this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And let's be honest, would you be surprised if you found out years later that John Cena paid for his family to go to WrestleMania?
No.
No, of course not.
No.
Because he's still doing all those Make-A-Wishes.
I wouldn't be surprised if he saw him in the front row, knew I'm going to shout that kid out, make sure there's a camera on him, immediately told him, how'd you like to go to WrestleMania? Like,
also, I want to meet him backstage.
Right. Or he's a villain and he really hates him.
No.
I hope so. I believe it. I believe. I mean, literally, like the Netflix social media account
It was instant.
tweeted out this kid.
Like, I've never seen something spread so fast.
No, I was getting texts, not just texts. People were just texting me the kid.
Yeah, I saw the kid yesterday.
You did?
Yeah, I don't remember the context, but he popped up right here, and I was like, why does this look familiar already?
Well, you already, like, I don't have to tell you anything that's going on. You look at that face, and that kid is like, what? Oh, it's just...
I mean, as hilarious as it is,
it's the best.
Obviously, I feel bad for this kid.
No.
He's probably getting some shit at school. Or kids are like, you're the fucking man.
You're the fucking man, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You're the
You
man.
are the guy that represents all of us. You're the fucking man.
We love John
It's
Cena.
not like he was in tears. If he was in tears,
Right.
that would be a different story.
He's just like, are you talking about me specifically? Including that one kid right there. Yeah, I feel like he might be the man now in school.
Yeah, as I was saying that, I changed my mind.
Yeah. Like, I'd want to hang with him if I was
Oh, for sure.
in school, or his teacher. I'd want to hang with him. Yeah, I'd want to hang with him because he's definitely like at least getting free merch,
Yeah.
And he's like a meme. There's nothing better that you could be right now than a meme.
Well, I don't know. Some kids don't like growing up as a meme.
Everyone loves growing up as a meme. Ask the Rizzler. I love looking at videos of the Rizzler and just comments under it going like, how does he have so much aura?
He does have a lot of aura.
He's incredible, the Rizzler. Like, it's nuts. You'd think by now you'd be like, we'd be on an anti-Rizzler campaign.
I don't think that's possible.
Not even close.
Like, I can see being on like an anti-Costco guys.
Yeah, I'm probably anti the other Costco guys, but like I'm anti-Rizzler.
Yeah, like if you said like, oh, you know who sucks now? AJ. Oh, you know who sucks? Big Justice.
Oh yeah.
I'd be like, okay, sure, fine.
Like,
you know who sucks? Their whole family that just like got in the videos.
Okay,
sure.
You know who sucks? The Rizzler. Take
Get
it
the
back.
fuck outta here.
Take it back. I go full Bernsey if you say that. I'm a bad enemy to have. You take it back.
I'm gonna dox you.
Yeah. Well, at least Twitter's not making everybody crazy. I saw Kanye had a good comeback yesterday, and
dude,
I mean, why?
I don't know. I guess there was one more bridge he didn't burn.
Yeah. Maybe people stopped talking about him for 10 minutes, and he just decided. I mean, I'm so over it, to tell you the truth.
I think everybody is. Like, this isn't even making like, news websites.
No,
and it
it's
did like weeks ago.
It's like it's at the point now where it's like you're just a child behaving badly for attention because it's easier to get negative attention than positive attention.
Yeah.
But like it is like a fascinating downfall.
It's sad.
It's incredibly sad for people that like, I mean, he was never like a normal cool dude.
No, and we've talked about this before. And like, I really do think that it all started with his mother.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like it's been so long, and it's gotten to the point now where I'm kind of done.
I don't care.
Right? Yeah. I don't think you do. I'm kind of done, like figuring out the whys and the justifications and stuff. It's just like, and I'm looking at this guy's tweets, and I'm like, we're locking up Britney Spears and Wendy Williams for so much less than just Kanye's tweets. I can't even imagine what Kanye is like in his life.
I wonder if he's, I don't know.
Because it's not like any sort of semblance of, oh, this is an orchestrated thing. Like, oh, he's actually a genius. You just don't understand.
Here comes another album.
Right. No, that's done. That's done.
No.
Yeah.
Because like all the other outbursts led to nothing. Nothing except selling swastika t-shirts.
And I don't even know if those shipped.
I doubt it.
I haven't gotten mine.
What?
Huh? What?
Sorry. Did you change your address? Yeah, now he's out here like attacking Jay-Z and Beyonce and their kids, and it's just like, it's fucking crazy.
Like for no reason.
Perfect person is on the phone. Greg Stone's on the phone. Comedian Greg Stone. Greg, how are we doing?
Man, yeah, what's going on, buddy?
Well, we're trying to make heads or tails of Kanye West. I mean, we're all just kind of over it. We're saddened by the whole thing. We don't. I mean, it's just like at this point, it's kind of exhausting. No.
Yeah. Well, I yesterday was sitting here and I'm being like, what are the chances that it's all a work?
I mean,
right?
what's the work?
The work is like, hey, I'm not really a Nazi, but I really need this. I mean, is it 2%? Like, what are the chances it's all just for, like, just to get Twitter followers? Like, what is the fucking end game for this guy?
See, that's the thing. Like, I don't think he believes most of what he says, but...
You don't?
No. I think he just says things that are bad. That he knows, he wants people to, he just says things that get people upset.
But he's going further than saying things. I mean, he's literally walking around LA in a swastika shirt.
And he's got a swastika medallion. He's just doing things to make people upset. But I also don't think it's some like grand marketing campaign where if I get people upset, then they'll talk about me here and then they'll buy this. It's just a matter of like, I'm just like a petulant child who is going to do things that I've been told not to do. But that's it. Like the reason it's called a work is because you work to make money. At the end of the day, the work has a financial result that is like, yeah, we benefit from this. We've duped them into thinking that in order to gain this. But I don't think that that's this. I think that he's just.
Well, think about the Bianca thing. I think he just wants people to talk about him.
To what end?
Right.
Just talk
because.
about it. Yeah.
Just because.
Yeah, I mean, he got fed. He got a dopamine drip off the wrong thing, and now he's chasing the wrong kind of dopamine.
That's right.
Maybe,
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Do you have? I mean, how old's your oldest kid now?
35.
35 years old. So at 35.
3. He's 3.
Okay, so 3 is the age that you start going full Kanye, with the swastikas and everything. But also, 3 is the age where, like, you start misbehaving in order to get attention. Like, you will do things that your parents tell you not to do just because you want the attention. You don't want the attention for anything in particular. You just want the attention to be on yourself. And so you do something that you were told not to do.
Yeah, my kid will do that. Like, he'll hit just because he wants the negative attention. It's some form of attention.
Mm-hmm.
But there's the opposite, and I hate to be really crass, but sometimes you masturbate to the wrong thing.
What? You masturbate to your kid?
No, get the kid thing out of here. I was thinking about this
because you
before
said
started
when the kid hits
Bad
you.
segue.
Because you said when the kid hits you, then you start masturbating to the wrong thing. You said.
Everyone's involving their kids today.
Why? Right?
ADHD is a problem. Okay,
okay.
We're
I mean,
moving.
look,
we're moving on.
Greg,
Go lateral.
Greg, I want you to know there are bigger problems than ADHD, and if you need to talk to somebody.
Don't you get me for this? I can't go down for this. You do it to the wrong thing, and then all of a sudden, a week later, you're like, "Hey, that thing's back in my brain again," and then you can't stop with this weird. And I think that there's like a mental thing with him of like he got this dopamine drip from being a Nazi. Now he can't stop being a Nazi because it must be the biggest rush of his life.
Right, so you're saying that like it's almost a Pavlovian thing where you condition yourself to be like, yes, I'm going to climax at this thing that is not something that I want to climax to, and now all of a sudden, you're going to different websites because you associate it one with the other.
Yeah, he's a dopamine junkie in the way of like he's been loved. He's been to the top of being loved.
Right.
Then he was hated. That's got to be a whole other rush.
Yeah,
so now he's going to be the most hated guy.
And it's an easier thing to be hated than loved. Like you have to earn love. You can just do things to be hated. And so, yeah, it may be that thing where he's like, look, I don't know if this music right now is going to get me loved the way my music used to get me loved. So I can still get all that emotion. I can still get that dopamine drip, whatever, bucket full of dopamine and have everybody talking about me. But I mean, clearly there isn't one part of his brain that is going like, what are the greater ramifications of this?
Right. No, I mean, I think there's a lot of people in society now that are getting this negative attention, and now they're feeding off of it. Like, if you could eat that, you could, you could eat all day.
That's right.
Right now, we're, just going online and just saying, fuck this, and then you're like, whoa, I like that? Of course you're going to be a Nazi. I don't know if this is true. We're grabbing straws here.
Sure. No, you're onto something. You're onto something, I think.
But I think there is something about this, like, negative attention, and he needs to be the king of it. Why else would he just be a fucking Nazi? That's crazy.
That's true. That's true. Maybe he is crazy. I mean that is something definitely to consider. He's also a crazy person. I think the only way to avoid this, if we want to not live in a society where people just do things for negative attention, is as a society, we have to decide to not forgive anyone ever. And that way, if everything is forever and everything is like, well, no, your punishment is for life, no matter what it is, we will never forgive you for anything, then you really have to be careful of what you do. Because if you just go, well, I could spend a couple years being hated and then I'll be forgiven, then that's one thing. But I'm a little worried because they said R. Kelly has put out, they said R. Kelly has written 25 albums. He's been in jail for 3 years. And in 3 years, he's written 25 albums. Now, R. Kelly has also notoriously, he's notorious for a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons is he's not an editor. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't, like, nothing gets thrown aside. But if in those 25 albums there's something amazing, what if we accidentally forgive R. Kelly? That'd be terrible.
Well, let me set you back 2 things. One, I want to make 2 points here. One, at that point, it's just a podcast. Right, he's just doing a musical podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what R. Kelly is doing.
That's fair.
It's an album. It's just a 3-second thing he's just saying out loud. 2, you're saying not forgive them. I'm saying you forgive them immediately. They won't get the dopamine drip.
Like
if
you go.
Kanye comes out and he's like, "Hey, I'm a Nazi." We go, "Yeah, cool, man. We love you. We know you just got problems. That's all right." And everyone's like, "Wait, what? I can't jerk off to this." I know.
So yeah. That's exactly the point, you dumb fuck. We got you. Yeah. So you're saying that if we go, we won't do negative energy anymore. Like there's no negative energy to be done. You could do as much as you want. You can put a swastika Super Bowl commercial out. You can insult Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids. We're going to sit there and go, hey, man, I know you're going through it right now, but Graduation was a great album.
I can't hate this guy. No matter what he does, I can't hate this guy.
Right.
If we all just continue to love him and love everyone no matter what, half of these problem people will go away.
That's right. Remember how good Nicki Minaj's verse was on that song Monster. Let's talk about that. And you're like, wait a minute, what about all the bad stuff I just did? No. I want to talk about this Monster song. It was so good.
Yeah, man, we just have endless empathy. Oh, yeah, you kicked the kid in the teeth. We all got problems.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Is the kid okay? Are you okay? Everything will be all right.
Yeah. All right. I got to run. This lady's been waiting for me to pay at Starbucks for like 20 minutes. I'll hold up the whole line here.
Well, I'm glad I could occupy you for a little bit, Greg.
Man, every time I listen, I go, I got to call. Don't call, you idiot. I just want to be... Every time you're on the radio,
go ahead.
I'm also on the show, but you don't know I am. I'm just joining in.
Well, now you have, and everybody also listen to the Welcome to Talktown podcast.
Oh, yes. Thank you, my good man.
Of course.
Thanks for remembering that.
Of course. Anytime.
All right.
Man. All right. I'll talk to you soon.
I love all you guys.
All right. Later.
I love Greg.
Yeah. Isn't that great that somebody can? And then, by the way, unfortunately, there are going to be callers saying, well, if Greg can call in and be a part of the show, why can't I call in and be part of the show? He's an invited guest. He has carte blanche. Now, Troy, you must be licking your chops at getting out of here today because I'm assuming all the JFK info is out there. And we know
Troy's got some reading to do.
We've fully gotten to the bottom of this?
I'm just going to wait till somebody figures out what's going on.
And they'll let you know?
Yeah.
I'm
waiting for the libs of TikTok chick to post what's going on.
If you can give me something in a 90-second video on TikTok, that would be huge.
Can I see a reel of some sort?
Yeah. Well, they said yesterday, they put it out. They said it was everything. It was everything. Here it is. All of it's here in black and white.
I saw a report of there's more coming today.
I didn't see that.
Let me see if I can find
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
But
because I remember,
but I also saw both sides not happy.
Oh,
left not happy.
So they're saying there's bad on both sides.
Well, this is more of like an Epstein Files thing, where both sides were like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, Livs of TikTok was super psyched when she got that Epstein binder, and they didn't put anything in there.
Nothing.
Well, yeah, because then like immediately like everybody was like, this is all the same shit that we saw last year.
Yeah.
From what I've read so far, so many of these things have already been released.
Cool.
And then people on the right are pissed off because so much of it is still redacted.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Not cited or not, organized as to like what this is from or like.
Well, they wouldn't want to disrupt our security.
Right.
So.
I forgot about the security.
Good for us. So, yeah, I mean, we should. So, I guess, as it turns out.
Oh, there was a crucial file that was not released.
Oh, perfect. That'll remain a secret?
Yeah, but I thought we were getting all the files.
That's what Trump said. He came out, had a whole thing, said nothing's going to be redacted.
Stop saying
I know.
Things.
I just don't know why they say this.
Why they say they're going to put it out?
Yeah, just do it.
I think they say it because they want to get the conspiracy folks all excited. Like, we're finally going to do it.
But then you deliver nothing.
Yeah, but what difference does it make? He delivered nothing with Epstein, and then they go like, okay, we're doing JFK next, and everybody's like, fuck yeah, we're doing JFK. Like, nothing has any consequences.
But it makes him look like an asshole.
Who cares? I mean, has it affected him one iota?
No, but I think the people that are like, hey, man, like, this is what you said you're going to do. You said you're a man of your word.
Yeah, but then he says, big deal, Biden didn't send spaceships up to help the astronauts, and everybody's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't think people are forgetting about this. This isn't one Epstein. They're not going to forget about it.
People want it.
People are like, dude, you said you were going to do this. Why are you not doing this?
Did you say Juan Epstein?
They want the Epstein files.
Oh, I think you said Juan Epstein, like from Welcome Back, Kotter.
The transcript of the first conversation between President Lyndon Johnson and the CIA director, John McCone, after the assassination has still not been released to the public.
Because we don't need it.
No, we probably do. That's probably a really important thing.
It's just
CIA director is probably like, here's what really happened. Please don't tell anybody. Lyndon B.
Like-
Johnson was like, I got you.
And they go, whoop, take that paper out. I'm not,
That document could help answer questions about any possible involvement from Cuba in Kennedy's killing, which could be true. I mean, the CIA director could probably be like, hey, now that you're president, good news.
I thought it was just the guy in the book suppository.
No, it's a depository. Not
I'm pretty sure it's suppository.
I think it's suppository.
You think it's a book suppository?
And you've read a lot about the JFK thing. I think it's
I've
in
done a
the.
deep dive. Yeah, it's suppository.
He went into the book suppository.
A book suppository would hurt.
Not everybody, Travis.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. I mean, look, Cuba's obviously not involved. It's just the guy. It's the one guy. Jack Ruby got him, good to go.
John McCone, the CIA director, has previously been accused of keeping incendiary information from the Warren Commission.
Here's my question.
Go ahead.
If the conspiracy goes deep enough that they literally did this assassination and the government was involved and all these people were involved, why would they keep all the documents?
Well, for historical purposes.
I mean, what?
It is.
Why wouldn't they have just destroyed all the documents immediately?
It
Why would
really
they have
is
filed
step
them? And if they had if this evidence existed, why would they go, now you're not unsealing this?
Yeah.
Right?
Now just keep these hidden.
I can put this in this, because they're not on computers.
Right.
No, it's all fine.
I can put this in this manila folder and you won't show it to anybody. Right?
They shredded every document about MK Ultra and then said, yeah, no, that happened.
That happened. We did do it, but we also shredded all the documents because we were very ashamed of it.
But for some reason, people still think like there are existing documents.
I can't bring myself to figure it out. Like,
No, it is.
why would they go to all this work for the government to kill a president, and then the very government that killed the president is like, well, we still have to keep records.
Yeah.
What are we? I mean,
100%. But then why in the 90s were they like in 2017? Well, we're not going to release them till then. That's when we're going to put all these out there. So
because they didn't want to say we destroyed them all anyway. They can't say we destroyed them all.
So why wouldn't in the 90s they'd be like, oh, here's everything. Look, there's nothing to see.
Well, I mean, I tend to believe the reasonings of like, well, some people are still alive, some very deep agents or sources,
There's addresses of things,
addresses like these people are still alive, they would be put in danger. Like, I believe that.
Right, like even without there being information that is actually useful.
Right.
You still don't want this person, oh, this person was associated with that.
Yeah. So if like this entire document is just basically going to be black lines because everybody involved is still alive.
Right, and you don't want to Dan Bernstein someone.
No, it's the last thing.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That's a terrible thing.
That's what they call it.
Yeah, you get thrown off the board of directors.
Oh, he Bernstein to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, Bernsey.
Bernsey. Yeah, we don't want to get on his bad side. He's a bad enemy. Yeah, so I all of these things, like the
and then why does Trump come out, before and be like, I've seen all the JFK files. If you saw them too, you wouldn't release them.
Trump is highly invested in making people distrustful of the government so that they're trustful of him as the outsider.
But then when it's like,
that's
okay,
his whole bit.
Okay, now back up what you're saying. And he can't.
When has Trump? That's never been Trump's thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this was a big one for Trump supporters of like, hey, we'll vote for you, but we want this out.
I mean, he did the same thing with Epstein, and his approval rating is like higher than it's ever been.
I hear you.
It's
unbelievably disappointing.
Yeah, but
it does. Again, it doesn't matter.
Right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
and it's like
you wish it mattered.
Whatever, and then whoever he put that woman that he put in charge of the declassification that was like the
yeah.
She's like, oh, there's you'll see that there's a second shooter.
Well, no, she said she believes that.
Okay, so
she believes
so what did you see in the documents that would lead you to believe that?
It was a hunch. She said it was.
Sometimes hunches are wrong.
Do you know what I mean? Like you're gonna like, and how does nobody? And how does like RFK not come forward and be like, dude, like?
I mean, RFK's sitting at McDonald's. He's doing Shake Shack commercials.
Yeah, what do you think he's going to publicly be like? Hey, please don't do this.
He's
literally insulting to my family.
He's like, I'm like a real health guy. I don't want any preservatives. I don't want any of these. All this stuff is very harmful. And then a month later, he's doing a Shake Shack infomercial with Sean Hannity.
I know, but that's a little different. That's a little different. He was going on like podcasts saying like the CIA killed my uncle.
He does believe that. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, Where are you getting that information from? Like, why is that not public knowledge where you found that information?
People want to believe that the president that we have now is not just another, like, fall in line, this is what we're saying.
Yeah, you're right.
And it is. This is the team.
Whatever the force is that's preventing these files or the Epstein files, it's bigger than Trump, and he will not conquer it. No matter what he says, no matter what he does, it's way bigger than him.
You think it's Illuminati?
Whatever you want to call it. There's something that's bigger that does not want this information out there. And it will never get out there.
Unless there's just that one guy in the book
Unless
suppository.
it was just that one guy in the book depository.
You never know if it was just that one dude in the suppository. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, there's a lot of...
Shooting and shitting is what they call it.
Hey, Sam. You know you're saying that wrong.
You understand me well enough to know now that there will never come a day that I don't use the word suppository
I know.
to describe this.
I hope we get RFK in here and you're like, let's talk about the book suppository.
You telling me that?
I think it's the depository.
What did you just... I said the suppository. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, tell me... Okay, all right, fine. If we're correcting each other, like, tell me about the bone broth that you're frying the fries in now? For playing games, huh? Mr. Genius? Yeah, I mean, it's a circus. It's all a circus.
It's a circus.
All of it. Every bit of it.
It's so funny just to watch everyone be like, here they come.
I mean, it's
and get duped again.
Yep.
It's pro wrestling in the sense that there's always that one thing in pro wrestling where you go, no, I know, but that's real.
Mm-hmm.
It's all pro wrestling. Okay,
but like,
except for that kid. That kid's real.
Too real.
I don't understand the press conference. It's like, just drop it. Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, he's saying that they're going to release, whatever, the MLK files. Don't say, hey, tomorrow they're coming. Just one day you wake up and you're like, here they are.
No, you know why? I think?
Why?
I think because people don't remember what's below the headline.
Mm-hmm.
People don't remember the details. They remember, though, that it was like, a bunch of hype was made about him releasing the documents. And then they go, he did, right? They go, yeah, okay. And it's like 2 points, there you go, and they move on.
I think you're right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
He doesn't want it under the rug because he's smart. He knows how people's brains work. He knows how to manipulate. Like, he's a media figure.
Very smart.
He's a smart guy, Trump. And he knows that, like, this is the part that people will remember. And then the minute they start asking, hey, what happened to this? Well, it's like, well, yeah, that's in the left hand. Look at the right hand.
You're right.
And now we're doing this over here.
Sam,
now we're talking about spaceships.
Once again, you're right.
Boom. Nail. Can you believe? Isn't it sick?
Sam
It's crazy.
Again.
It's crazy.
It's crazy I get to sit next to you every day.
Is that big for you?
It's huge.
I can only imagine the thrill. Thank you all for being here. The thrill will continue tomorrow when we're back live at 8 a.m. Eastern. See you then. Goodbye, everybody.
This has been Sam Roberts Show. If you missed anything or want to hear it all over again, check out Sam Roberts Show on the SXM app.
Greetings and citations, fine shits.
Of certain things, I was reading about this guy, and he goes, do I kind of come off as a mini version of this guy? Because there's something kind of weird about collecting and hoarding, and I don't know exactly what it is, but it's far weirder. I was reading this article in the Post, and they were talking to a Long Island man, and I didn't realize we had this guy in our state. Another win for New York, by the way. Apparently, the guy who has the world's largest serial killer memorabilia collection is on Long Island, which now has got to be a huge time for him because, Rex Heuermann, the Gilgo Beach killer, is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the sort of latest serial killer du jour. Certainly the next one primed for a doc series. I think they caught him, late last year or something like that, it feels like. Is that right?
No.
Was it longer ago than that?
2023, yeah.
Man, these days go by. It's the bigger love of the family. Yeah, he's got all this amazing stuff. Because I used to have to think about this before I was married. When I was out there on...
Serial killing?
Serial killing. Because you can't get married and keep just killing people. No, before I was married... and you're dating, you know, and I'm just, you know, just a man about town, just everywhere I go, you know, finding it was amazing. But you always have to wonder, when are you going to explain to the girl, yeah, there's a big wrestling collection here going on. Like, yeah, I got figures, I got posters, I got T-shirts. I mean, what do you?
Why don't we go to your place this time?
Yeah, or I mean, your place is also very comfortable. Your place is also great. You know, I mean, and I think that's the case with any collection. If you got a big baseball memorabilia collection, it doesn't have quite the social stigma that a pro wrestling collection does, which I think is unfair.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's unfair.
I mean, one is seen as like an investment.
Well, yeah, but baseball's good too. You know,
another is just like the toy aisle at Toys R Us.
And being obsessed with men in tights.
That's another good
Okay,
point.
yeah, because baseball players wear pants that are so loose. They're so baggy. We're not watching baseball in the 1920s.
They wear regular pants.
No, they're the tightest pants you'll see.
No, football players have tighter pants.
Football players do have tighter pants.
Olympic sprinters, incredibly tight pants.
Very tight pants, Olympic
Your
sprinters.
argument's falling apart real quick.
Baseball players wear tight pants. If I was walking in here with a properly fitting baseball uniform pant, you'd go, man, Sam, you got tight pants on today.
No, they're loose fitting. Unless they're cotton, then they might rip.
What are you talking about? The baseball players wear tight pants.
No, they don't.
They don't wear regular pants.
They're not restrictive. They have to run super fast.
But they got elasticity in them. They move with you. If anything, you don't want the excess fabric around. Again, we're not talking about...
Last year's baseball pants were the best because they were see-through.
Okay, see? Guess what? You know why they're see-through? Because they're so tight.
No, that's because Nike made a bad decision with Fanatics.
No, I remember there was controversy around the uniforms last year.
Once they got sweaty.
And the players were like, yeah, this isn't going to work. We get real sweaty because these pants are tight. These are tight pants.
Look, you can see right through.
That's what I'm saying, because the pants are not loose.
Yeah, but wrestling, they're like in a bikini.
Yeah,
only some of them. By
Troy's
the way,
got you there.
That's not true. John Cena wrestles in way baggier pants than these. John Cena's jorts are baggier than those, and he's the top dude. Roman Reigns wrestles in fatigues, cargo pants. There's a whole, you know, you are married to your stereotypes, but there's a whole landscape of different type of pants you can wrestle in.
If you took an average of all the wrestlers, and who was wearing a bikini and who's wearing other things.
Well, it's not bikini. By the way, you're completely. It wouldn't be a bikini because the thing about a bikini brief, you have to remember, is that they're cut very high. The bikini brief is cut very high, so you can almost see sort of the part of the glute. You know what I mean? Like it slides up on the glute, and you can really see all that thigh. So it's generally, you have more. It doesn't run up as high as a bikini.
I mean,
brief.
it's pretty high, and you can see the outline of the genitals.
Yeah, they're in bikinis.
No, the bikini brief runs way too high. I think you guys are a little confused, but that's okay. You might be thinking of the undertight. The undertight runs a little higher. But all that said, I mean, I think that's something that when you meet somebody new, you have to figure out if you're a super fan of anything. If you have a bunch of comic book memorabilia and a giant comic book collection, you have to go, you know, this is my thing. And generally it works out okay. If you're with the right person and the timing's right, you know, you can't just level that on to somebody on day one. But after they're kind of already looped in and it'd be too much trouble to end it, that's when you go, by the way, this is my thing, this is what makes me happy. And they go, oh, okay, I guess I'll deal with it. And that's usually how it goes, even with wrestling stuff. But I don't know. If I was a serial killer collector, I feel like it'd be a little bit more difficult. I was just, how do you find a normie? Even if it's just a neighbor, right? Not even somebody you're dating. Just like, I want to have a barbecue at the house. And they're like, can we go inside? No. We're going to stay in the backyard. We're going to stay in the backyard. Like, how do you explain to somebody, no, I'm not a serial killer. I just like all the stuff from serial killers. And I mean, like, the way this guy was talking, he likes specifically memorabilia that's attached to the murder scene. Like, apparently, from what I read, like the real hot collectible that he would really love to have, he wants the pizza box that Rex Heuermann's DNA was on that led the cops to hunt him down, which is fucking weird.
That's cool.
You think that's cool?
I mean, if I'm the serial killer collector,
okay,
that's cool.
So you're saying, like, right, like if you had a pizza box from Cal Ripken's last game, he had a slice right before he went out there.
That would be cool.
Okay, so you're saying I'm not justifying it. I'm not saying, but if you're just saying I'm a memorabilia collector, the same way if I was like
that
hey,
pizza box.
Here's Stone Cold's beer can.
Is it significant? Because the pizza box is significant. That's how they got the DNA. That's how they got him.
So you're saying that okay, let's say Stone Cold stuns Vince, chugs a beer, throws it out into the crowd. If I catch that beer can,
that's a good
piece.
Yeah,
that's a good piece, and you're equating that to the Rex Huberman pizza box.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah, because
and the same way
that was the break in the case. I remember that.
That's right. And the same way that I could say, well, there are victims attached to this this serial killer that you're
Vince
not.
Was a victim,
right? You're thinking of, which is a weird thing to say. You're thinking of
in that specific instance.
Right. You're thinking of whoever got stunned. We're not thinking of them when we catch the beer can.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I like that you're intellectualizing this, because that's an important thing when you're talking about serial killer memorabilia collectors, that you intellectualize what's going on. You can't go emotional on this, because otherwise you get real weirded out. But I was looking at some of this guy's pieces, and even for me, who I will read about serial killers, I will watch a documentary about serial killers, I'll do all this stuff. But even for me, looking at some of the stuff this guy had, I was like, yeah. Also,
bins and bins.
That's what got me. It wasn't the actual stuff, like the Manson hair locks, whatever. He
has hair locks from...
Oh, yeah.
Not Marilyn.
No, Chuck.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That's the worst Manson. Not by that much, but worse.
I mean, he's very good at what he did.
Chuck?
Yeah.
Well, the CIA helped, I read.
That's true. If you got Big Brother helping you, kind of pushing you along. But
there he is with the Manson hair.
The bins.
It's in a sleeve. It's in like one of those binder sleeves where you would put
science project.
Right, exactly right. And it says Manson hair. By the way, I hope that he didn't write that, because if so, he's decided to adopt serial killer handwriting. It looks like it's all in caps, and it looks like he wrote it holding the pen with his fist. You know, like Manson hair. And then there are locks of Charles Manson's hair. But Mike, you're saying what creeped you out is that he has everything stored in Tupperwares.
The bins just reminded me of, remember when they were telling you what Rex Huerman's little torture basement was like?
Yes, I do.
The bins felt very Huerman.
Right, like you would keep body parts, and
your implements of torture,
right,
or whatever,
or memorabilia from the people that you,
like a T-shirt or something like that.
Yes,
and he also said he wanted the Huerman car, the SUV,
where
That's weird.
Did he kill people in the SUV?
So I guess.
That's where he probably picked him up.
Yeah, I guess this will all, eventually when they actually present the case and tell us how it all really went down.
You mean because you're an innocent until proven guilty guy?
Of course.
Yeah,
well, this is America.
Yeah, you're right.
I guess they'll explain it, but yeah, he was picking these women up in this SUV, and if his basement at home was the torture chamber where he was doing all of this, and the bodies were found out by the beach, he wasn't carrying them.
No. So he put the bodies in the SUV, and that's what this guy's thinking. I'd love to have that SUV.
That's weird.
What this guy would like to have at his home is the vehicle that was used during the worst moment of these people's and their families' lives.
This is the car from the murder. Yeah, that's real creepy.
That's a different level of sickness.
You think he'd lay down in the trunk?
He would do all sorts of weird shit.
He really would.
He would smell it.
I mean, look at this. Brandon Steiner would love this guy. He's got a bag of dirt from Lizzie Borden's house. Some people, and he would probably tell you, and maybe it is. Some people, a lot of people, because they sold a bunch of it, have the framed photo of the old Yankee Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
And they have the dirt from the original Yankee Stadium. They love this. They're baseball collectors. They have a little blue chair from Yankee Stadium, and they have a little cup of dirt from Yankee Stadium. He has some dirt from Lizzie Borden's house. Lizzie Borden, of course, murdered her parents. I mean, what year was Lizzie Borden murdering her parents?
1892.
Turn of the century, last century.
How do you even confirm that that's actually dirt from 130-something years ago?
you might. There's got to be.
I don't see a PSA certification.
I don't know if PSA fucks with this. They say it's too creepy.
Well, is the house still there? Is it like a historical, one of those National Register, whatever the fuck they do?
I don't know. They tore down Dahmer's. You think that it wouldn't be interesting if they're like, we're going to tear down Dahmer's apartment, but we're going to leave up Lizzie Borden's house as like a.
But even if they did, let's say Lizzie Borden's house is there. The dirt that's in front of that is not the dirt that was there.
No,
like it's
no. Seasons have gone by.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be a network, like the same way serious collectors of anything have their own little networks where there are people who don't like to be public. I can trust it because it's from this guy.
Yeah,
there have to be dark web networks.
Wasn't there that guy
of serial killer memorabilia collectors
in DC or something? Didn't you guys, or maybe it was...
Oh yeah, back in the day, who had the like almost like a little museum in his house? Yeah. He was very public with all the stuff that he had too.
But sure, there's tons of private collectors.
Yeah, but they're all the serious ones. All know who has what and what's legit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure he feels very, very confident in this because otherwise he'd look like a fool showing the newspaper his Lizzie Borden dirt.
Well, it also helps because he happens to be the GOAT at his own craft. I don't know if you know.
He's a serial killer?
No.
Shout out to him. Oh.
No. He is the great Throw-Dini.
Throat-Dini?
Throw.
Nice. Oh, Dini. I thought he was just saying his throat work is better.
He is the world's fastest and most accurate knife thrower.
I don't want don't worry. Collecting serial killer shit is not the only thing that I do. I'm also great with knives.
He's super great with knives. He holds 25 world records and the Guinness World Record for most knives thrown around a human target in 1 minute.
What type of human is like this serial killer collector is going to throw, and he's going for speed, not accuracy right now.
He goes for both.
Sure, but he's going,